So, welcome to session 24. You have been traveling for quite some time and have recently entered the petrified forest. And before doing so, however, you ran across a crash site in the woods. And when investigating the crash site, Ire managed to make contact with the being controlling the crashed vehicle, and that being now resides in Ire's mind, and on occasion even takes over Ire for brief periods. Then, as you entered the petrified forest, you immediately noticed the draining effects. Every day, it drains from your life force, and it will slowly make you, you know, basically drain your endurance until you die. You've traveled, and in generally the direction of the signal for the transportation hub. And you noticed at the end of the last session when you were setting up camp that you could see buildings, very large stone and metal buildings in the distance. So I'm going to go ahead and take you to the next map, or to the world map, that is. Assuming there it is. And recenter everybody. So as we begin, it is the 11th of Kaliak, and you have made camp, and so basically this is the next day. And I'm assuming, did anybody fail their Constitution saves?
I did.
Okay, so you gain a level of exhaustion. Fortunately, the rest
So
of you
who?
seem to be holding out so far, although I know some of you
I was gonna
are
say, did
exhausted from
anybody
the
fail
previous
their?
day. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how many people are exhausted from the previous day,
I
as
am.
in how. All right, that's two people.
Wait, was it a DC 10?
DC 10, yes.
You made it the first day, Dave. I remember that. Just I couldn't remember who or if anybody failed. So we've got two people on one level of exhaustion that we're rolling with right now.
So as far as I know, nobody is beyond one level of exhaustion. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out how many people are one level. Oh shoot, Devok and Galen. So Dave makes 3 out of 5 of us. We'll have to keep an eye on that. If we all get too much exhaustion, we're just gonna have to bail.
Yeah, my thinking on that was the first person to hit a third level of exhaustion is our clue to evacuate. Because even if the person failed two more rolls, we'd still be able to get out before it was an automatic death.
Okay.
So if anybody hits 3 levels of exhaustion, make sure to mention it.
Okie doke.
Alrighty. So as we begin, and everybody wakes up in the morning, and the first thing you notice is that Ire is pointing to the north, and he's saying, "Oh, I finally I sense them. They're the other ship is that way," and he's pointing straight to the north, into the city. And he says, "Can we go now? We need to find the crashed ships, and we need to report the unauthorized weapon fire." And then suddenly, also out of ire, you hear a different voice. "Yes, let's get this over with. I am detecting anomalies with the city. We should check it out." And then ire, you find yourself in control again. So what do you do?
All right. Well, wait. They pointed to the north. You said.
They pointed to the north. Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we're going north unless anybody's got any better ideas.
South. No, no, right there. Go north.
I agree.
All right.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and make
Now
one
the
quick.
city's to the northeast of us, so we're gonna go find a crash site just outside the city and then go into the city. Is that our
No,
plan
take
of
a look.
action?
Take a look. There's city stuff right there on the tile ahead of us or north of
Oh,
us.
okay. Okay.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and move back up there, and then I'm going to change maps. Doo-doo-doo. And, oh, wrong place. Sorry about that. Crap. Let me fix something. Sorry about that. That does not seem to be fixing. There we go. Now it is working. All right, so let me go ahead and explain this map before we continue. So what you're seeing is a zoomed-in map on the hexes on the main map. So you can see this kind of edge here. That's actually the edge of the 6 Mile hex. And
Cannot
so
see it.
basically, we're seeing essentially zoomed in so that each hex is 1/24th of that main hex or a quarter mile.
Are you sure we're not zoomed in to the point that we're looking inside somebody's pupil?
Sorry, say that
Pure
one more time.
black.
This is what the
Pure
map
black.
looks like for the rest of us.
You do not see anything?
I just saw your ping, but the map is completely black.
Sorry about that. All
Yeah,
right.
it is.
Yeah, this is today, by the way. This is today.
That's okay, Jeremy. We've all had days like that. Believe me. I could tell you about my day, and you'll feel better.
It's okay. Alrighty. Oh, interesting. So I would have to represent like all the characters, really? Oh, I see what the issue is. Edit. Galen, can you see the map?
Yeah, I can see the map.
Okay, so here we go. I think I got it. All right, can you guys see the map now? No.
Nope, still black for me.
I see the map.
Huh.
I think I see a map. I don't know if it's I'm supposed to be seeing.
I see a black.
Same.
No,
Okay.
I see map.
Okay, so it's working for everybody except for Pico and Pico and Ragu. That's what I understand.
And me. It's not working for me either.
All right, it should be all players.
Alrighty.
Can be. Oh, okay. All players. How about now? No.
No.
Dang it. Okay, what else? Edit. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll make it cast light.
Now I'm
There we go.
seeing something.
Casting
Oh,
light.
wait. You are? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. We had 0 light. That must have been the thing.
What about now? Do you guys see it?
Yeah, still see it.
Nope. I see nothing still.
Okay, that's even better.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Let me
now I see
reset
something.
that.
Now I see
Nope.
something.
Okay, can you see something now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
just a
who
little
can't
bit of
see the
something.
map? Okay. So let me try resetting that again. All right. Can everybody still see the map?
Yes.
Okay. So let me start again. So like I was saying, the corner you see down here, that is the corner of the 6 Mile hex that you just entered from the main map. Each of these hexes is a quarter mile. And so if you're moving at marching speed with the wagon, it means it takes 10 minutes to cross a hex. What you're seeing is a mass of what you're seeing is a mass of very tall structures, and they look like they're made out of stone and metal, and many of them look like they're partially hollowed out, like the insides were just blown away. You see these strange, very wide streets that are they're like grand boulevards, but almost every street is like that. And the streets themselves have these strange markings in them. And and you can see that for some reason your visibility in this area, almost as soon as you entered the city, seems to be limited, but much further than you can see out in the forest. So you can see about half a mile ahead, and then beyond that is the opaque gray fog. But what's also interesting is that if you look up, the fog starts, it becomes opaque long before you reach the tops of the buildings. So it's almost like walking around with this oppressive, almost like an oppressive cloud layer so low that it intersects the buildings themselves. And yeah, so all around you, you see these buildings, and I'm going to go ahead and take you to a map that will be the first area you enter. And hopefully you'll actually be able to see on this map. So as you enter, you notice several things. You notice the wide streets, the devastation all around you. Some of the buildings are nearby are intact, whereas other buildings, such as to the south, are nothing but rubble and ruins. And as you start moving ahead, you notice in the distance, you notice dark spirits and other spirits wandering. So let me go ahead and put them on the map.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, what do you do?
I think we're gonna not want to get too close to that group.
Yeah, it looks gross.
Do we take some
Alright.
range or try and
We
go
might
around
want to
the
go
entrance?
north. I want to go north.
Maybe try going over here.
Yeah.
Okay, as you head north, you notice that one of the buildings that is in relatively good shape. And as you enter, you see several metal tables, and you see the cracked ground. You see some metal debris. You see that on one of the tables is this kind of glass surface, and it seems to have been shattered.
Heads up, dark spirit in the back room.
Yep, you do see one, and then he seems to be wandering in that area, and you also notice what looks like a pane of glass that somehow survived, and there are images on the pane of glass, but due to the distance and fog, you can't make those out yet. So what do you do?
Oh yeah. Flat screen for the wagon.
Let's be very, very quiet.
Ragu, as you
Investigate.
approach, you look at the surface, and I'll show you what you see. You see this pattern, and there it looks like there were labels at one point, but there's no evidence of them now. But you definitely see this pattern, and one thing that immediately strikes you is the sort of rigid hexagonal nature of the pattern. You also notice that from what you can tell, the city is probably, if you were to split it out into hexes, is probably at least as big as shown in this pattern.
These might be the main buildings, if this is a map.
You should be able to close it and re-access that image in the future.
Okay. Yeah, I think, Ayer, with the cartography, do you want to make a quick note of this, and that way we can take it with us?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Does that actually bring anything to mind for you guys?
Sorry, say that one more time.
I think he's asking
Ire,
if
Galen,
yeah.
do you recognize this?
Both of you can actually roll your d8s.
Good luck, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like a bunch of hexagons.
Does it count if they add up to 8?
Actually, both of you, Galen and Ire, no specific memory comes to mind, but this city in general, for some reason, feels familiar.
Can I press on this button here?
You're gonna press on
Like
this.
the. Yes, I'm gonna just very gently touch the orange hexagon.
Okay, you do so, and nothing happens. It's cold to the touch, and as you get close enough to touch it, you can see there's fine cracks throughout. But otherwise,
Oh,
nothing
okay.
happens.
Be very careful. Yeah, I just wanted to gently
And
touch it to see if it was.
as you're doing so, I am going to need everybody to make, I guess, a stealth check.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't think we
You
succeeded,
hear
guys.
you hear a wait 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 yeah you hear a very loud screaming noise, and I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Boy.
Womp womp.
And you immediately notice the dark spirit who was in that room you'd spotted moving your direction.
Well, I propose we bail out.
Do you think
All
we
right.
can take
Go
out
where?
this one quietly?
This is round 1. So, Ragu, you hear the screaming coming from this direction. You also hear a cacophony coming from this direction. So, what do you do?
All right. I'll take a step up. I don't see any others, just this one screaming guy.
You can hear others from the south, but you don't see them from there.
All right. I look back. Shelly takes this one out quickly. Nods. Nothing's.
Mm,
I don't know. I don't know if we can take it out fast enough.
I think it already attracted the others.
Which are going to be very close to it.
So, one thing you do know from previously is that these guys have a speed of 60. So you know that
Oh.
when you're factoring in your calculations.
Okay. I moved up here. I saw him. I heard the screaming. I'm gonna move down here. That's 2.
Yeah, I mean he clearly knows you're there, which is why you're screaming.
5.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, you can move wherever you want.
I'll run over here. I peek, just barely peek around the corner. These guys down here, are they heading up this way?
They're pointed that direction. Yes.
All right. I stand right here, and I kind of wave. Come up to this door and hold. Holding my hand up straight to hold. Come over here and hold. And I'll keep peeking around the corner just barely.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Okay. Yep. Hopefully we can do this. If you don't want to fight, we'll go around.
Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9. Alrighty. So that would be. Let me make sure I got that correct real quick. My brain's a little slow today. Yeah, that is correct. All right. All right. So Davok, this sinister spirit, you see him quickly glide through the room and attempt to touch you.
Uh-oh.
He attempts to drain your life, and with a 23, I believe that is
Well,
a success.
I don't know if it's too late, but I wanted to use phase.
That is a reaction, so it's not too late. Okay, so you only get one reaction a turn, and so you're using your reaction here, so you couldn't take like attacks of opportunity, but otherwise it works fine. Phase through the attack. If the attack against you is still successful,
Wait,
what does that mean? So you
so that actually, hold on. Would that have been successful anyways?
Well, it should. Oh, it imposes disadvantage. Okay, yeah. So that's what happens. So when you phase, it imposes disadvantage, and if they succeed anyway, then it incapacitates you afterward. But because they disadvantage for them is that 7, that means that the phase
Okay,
worked, and
cool.
his life train passes right through you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it would just cancel out the advantage and it would just be the 23 because that was the first roll, or
No, he didn't have
if it.
advantage. It's just rolling the 2. So because he
Okay,
doesn't have advantage, that means that the 23 is what hit. But giving him disadvantage means he rolls a 7. So
okay,
you're
gotcha.
good.
Okay.
So that was a success. You've used your reaction for this turn. However, you still have everything else. So what are you going to do?
I guess I'll back up. I know he gets an opportunity attack, but that's okay.
Okay,
I'll back,
I'll take his attack then.
of course.
With the 22, so that hits. So you take, as he drains your life as you back away, you take 14 necrotic damage, and you have to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So while you're making your saving throw, Ire, you saw that, which you made.
Wait, I haven't done my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you were backing up. Okay, yeah, finish up your turn.
Okay. And then I'll shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
All right, let me fix up Ire real quick because his character is not showing. No, it is. I don't know what's going on. All right, those both hit. Yep, and you do full damage with that. So
23.
that is 17,
23.
23, and that is enough to take him out. So with 2 quick shots of your Eldritch Blast, you get your revenge for the damage it did all at once. All right, Ire, you saw Davok back up, taking damage in the process, but quickly taking out the foe. So what are you going to do?
Hmm. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna wait right here, and I'm gonna hold an action for if an enemy creature comes into this hex to attack it.
Okay, fair enough. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, Galen, you can see Ire kind of hiding behind the corner, ready to strike. You can see several of the animal spirits approaching, and one of these spirits is now dead. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go here, and when a spirit enters melee range with me, I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds. They are the spirits aren't resistant to necrotic damage, are they? Brosnan? You know?
I'm sorry.
Do you know if they're resistant to necrotic damage? Isn't that what you do?
No, I do force damage.
Oh,
They're immune to necrotic damage, I think.
well then I'm not gonna do that. I'll just go over here and shoot this guy with some fire. If I
Okay.
can see him around the corner.
Yep, no problem. And that hits.
Cool. Nice.
And,
Guys.
oh, hold on. They are resistant to fire, so you do 1 point damage.
Bam!
But you did hurt it a little. Is that the end of your turn?
Cool. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right, Pico. You see the animal spirits. You saw Devok quickly take out one of the other spirits. Ragu is to the south, checking on the dark spirit, or the spirits down there. What are you gonna do?
Well, I guess I'll step here next to Ire and attack this first animal spirit with Booming Blade.
Okay, you do so. Well, hopefully. Okay, you go to strike. From what you remember last time, the animal spirits have an AC of 13, so you do not hit.
All right, well, I guess I am going to duck into a corner then here.
All right. Ire, take your attack.
Oh, sweet.
You hit. All right, solid 8 points. And then it attempts to touch you,
Uh-oh.
but fails miserably, too distracted from you actually damaging it. Dark Spirit 2 moves up. Ragu, I don't know why Char's
I don't
in
know how. Yeah,
That's
I
fine,
don't know
he's
how
gone.
Char got in there.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe because I had them both selected when I hit the button. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Ire, you get to take an opportunity attack as one of the sinister spirits moves past you on the way to Galen. So go ahead and take that now, if you want.
I do want.
And you hit. All right, it's 14, which is more than half the thing's health. And as it approaches Galen, it attempts to drain your life. You're
Yeah.
not sure why, but these things have a particular affinity towards you.
Of course.
And with the 17, I believe that does hit.
Yep.
Ignore the other 8, so it's just 9 damage.
Oh, okay.
Because he did not get a crit.
Cool, cool.
Okay, we're at the begin. Oh, sorry. Make your DC 10 Constitution save,
Okay.
which you make. So you do not lose from your maximum hit points. We're at the
Cool.
beginning of round 2. So Ragu, as you're looking at the street, it looks like all the spirits that were there have gone inside. So what are you going to do?
Well, we're already engaging, so let's fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to run right up in here. I'm going to have Char whip around this way. Oh, wait a second. That's not right. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm gonna fly up over here. Come on, pick.
Okay, who are you attacking?
Char is giving me bonus on Sinister Spirit 2. I seem to be having some sort of difficulty with my map.
Okay, because yeah, you already have advantage on Sinister Spirit 2 because he's flanked.
Oh, in that case, oh yeah, Galen's there. All right, I'll go ahead and take. Char will give advantage for the next person who hits Spirit 1.
Okay.
I'm going to swing away on Spirit 2.
Okay, go for it.
I'm trying, believe me.
Oh,
I'm having
okay.
some sort of lag issues.
Fair enough.
Like I couldn't move the people earlier.
That is good enough to hit. The AC of the Sinister Spirits is 12, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
You slice the thing in half, and then it fades to mist as a final scream echoes through the building. Is that the end of your turn?
No, my bonus attack. I'm counting hexes here. See, this has got a 2 hex range, doesn't it? The fire cylinders.
I believe so.
Okay, so in that case, 1, 2, put it there. 1, 2, put it. All right, if I throw my as a bonus action, I pop the button and throw my fire cylinder right here. It should be able to hit this one, yeah.
So that would, I believe,
all
using a ranged attack, even when you throw like a grenade or something, is still an attack. So you can use your bonus action attack. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
So go ahead and
Yep,
roll
that
it
would
up
be all.
so that, and I will go through and roll their saves.
Okay.
So DC 15 Dex.
And it'll be either 11 or 5 or 6, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah, it looks like 11.
Yep.
Or half.
Yeah,
I
11
think.
damage, or yeah, half 11 is 5.5.
Okay,
6.
and so it looks like the animal spirits failed and everybody else succeeded, which means the animal spirits are knocked back 10 feet from you. So probably over there and over there. All right, so yep, that definitely caused damage, although minimal to most of them. So is that the end of your turn?
That would be yes.
All right, but you did knock back the animal spirits, so that should help. And Devok, you
And,
heard the explosion go off. You saw that 2 of the animal spirits were knocked backward. What are you going to do?
I'll move up a little bit, and I can see Dark Spirit 2, right?
If you can see it on your screen, then yeah.
Then I'll shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I was going to say, Char gave this guy here advantage, but that's only till the end.
Well, I missed both of my attacks anyways. So.
Okay. Actually, yeah. So the dark spirits, you know from before, have an AC of 13, so you barely missed.
Mm-hmm. That's my turn.
All right.
Now, which one were you attacking again? This one? Or...
Dark Spirit 2.
He was attacking this guy over here.
Oh, way over there. Okay, sorry.
Anyway, Ire, the spirit in front of you is getting ready to attack. What are you going to do?
I'll hit this spirit.
You hit.
He
right.
had advantage, but that
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
matter.
yeah, that's fine.
Doesn't matter. He took it out in one swing. It faded to mist as it screamed one last time. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
You can move, even though you already attacked.
No, I want to stay here.
Okay, fair enough. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the animal spirits that you knocked back spends half his movement to get up. Oh, actually, it's a spirit, so it can't actually get knocked down, but it would have spent the movement. And it rushes to attack you. but with an 11, it just it can't get through your armor, although you feel the pain regardless. And and another spirit rushes through the doorway to attack you as well.
Okay.
But with a 12, it too fails. All right, Galen, you can see the animal spirits rushing in, although you are quickly culling the herd. What are you going to do?
Let's see if I have better luck with fire this time. I'm gonna shoot the hurt one, number 2.
Number 2, all right. That's a hit. So that's
Let's
5
go.
damage.
One of them was right. The other one.
Yeah.
So it's a decent hit, considering they're resistant. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Pico, you can see the herd is being thinned, though you do know that there's at least 2 dark spirits on the other side of that wall. So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to move here because Animal Spirit 2 is the one that's damaged, right?
They're both damaged. Animal Spirit 2 does appear to be weaker, though.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and attempt Booming Blade on that. Oh, and I'm going to attempt to fail Booming Blade on that. And then I'll go ahead and just park here.
Fair enough.
Hey, Dave, can you go ahead and check your programming for Booming Blade?
Why is that?
Because I've noticed 4 times in a row you've rolled a 3, and so looking at your formula, it says 1d20 CS less than 20, which is not the appropriate formula, so you might not be rolling right. Kind of like the same problem we had last night, if it's something to do with Roll20's number system.
Well, I can check it, although it should just be a standard.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
is,
know it
because he
should
rolled
be,
a
but-
3 on the d20.
Yeah, but that's just it. He's rolled 3 3s in a row now. And
But
then looking
because
at
all
it,
that's doing is
1d20 CS
I believe that's
less
for the
than
crit.
20.
I think it's
No, that's if you look at a normal attack roll, it doesn't have the CS greater thans or anything like that.
the
Or at
firebolt
least it
does,
shouldn't.
and the firebolt got a
Normal-
19.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's just normal. I think that's just the that's the crit setup.
well, as of a couple of days ago, that wasn't there because I oftentimes look at the formulas when I.
Oh,
it's not
yeah,
my
but
turn.
it's the same
So,
as
yeah, I
the
recognize
firebolt,
that's a
which
different
is
change.
clearly working.
Okay.
All
The
right,
only reason I brought it up, sorry.
because of the
the
3
only
3s.
reason I
Yeah,
brought
I
it-
understand.
No, yesterday somebody rolled a d20 on Roll20, and so it was a d20 plus 3, and they rolled 35. So the dice was wrong. So I'm wondering if it was just a glitch with the mathematic program, if they're having issues.
No, I don't think it's.
Well, here, we'll just do this just to illustrate.
Okay, sorry.
Alrighty, so
Those are me visualizing a bunch of better alternative histories in my head that didn't happen.
from the other room, you hear a scream, and one of the dark spirits raises its hands to the sky or to the ceiling, and you see a spirit materialize, which I am going to roll initiative for, and we'll resort at the beginning of next turn. And then you see Dark Spirit 1. He is going to move forward not past Ire, so no opportunity attack. And he is going to attempt to drain life from Ragu. But with a 7, he fails to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and resort as we begin the round. All right, Ragu. So there's another spirit that has entered the fray. One of the dark spirits has attempted to attack you. What are you going to do?
Okay.
If you're talking, I can't hear you.
No, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I am going to. Char's going to swoop down here, give me advantage on Dark Spirit, whichever one that is.
Number
And
one.
then
Yep.
he's going to turn and then he's going to turn the corner and get over here. I am going to take one sidestep here.
You
that'll
do
give me
realize you do
advantage.
that, then these two animal spirits get attacks of opportunity.
Oh wait, yeah. Shoot, I can't do that yet. I'm going to have to just the one advantage then. Swing away.
Okay. That hits.
For 10.
And this is using the magic weapon. Yep, you do the full 10
Yeah.
damage.
Okay, how does he look? Anything?
You definitely hurt it, but it's still got that's still pretty healthy. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna go ahead and do my left hand.
That obviously hits.
Yep, that should have been normal, but still, for first one.
All right, so it looks like 5 damage. I'll give
Oh
it
no, it's a
6
+1 magic dagger.
because I'll give it 6 because it was a critical hit.
It's a +1 magic dagger.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Plus 6.
So it's the full 11.
And minus 11. Fair enough. Yep. That he's definitely hurting now. Still more than half health, but not much more.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I won't go ahead and move anymore.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the spirit moves around you, but stays within melee, and it is now flanking you, so it takes its advantage.
Dirty rotten skunk.
But with an 18, actually that might actually hit you.
I'm gonna have to burn my reaction arcane deflection, and the 17 turns to a 19.
Okay, so yeah, that's an 18, so yep, that succeeds.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I just said. My armor,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You succeed at blocking it. Yeah, it's done.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right, Ire, you can see that Ragu is completely surrounded. What are you going to do?
I'm having an issue where I can't. The little gear on my spells isn't dropping down the.
You might have to refresh the
Info.
browser session.
Let me try that. That did work. All right.
If you're talking, Ire, I can't hear you.
No, I'm just thinking about what I wanted to do. And none of my spells are actually helpful here. So, I'm just going to attack Dark Spirit 1, I think that is.
Okay.
Do I get flanking at this?
You do not, actually. You would have to be here.
I
You can move there, but if you do, then
Take an
Animal
opportunity,
Spirit 2 gets an attack of opportunity.
No, that's fine. I'm just.
Okay. Unfortunately, its AC is 13, so it manages to dodge your blow,
Mhm. Well, good thing I have a second attack.
which does hit. So, yeah, so you slice him for 15 points, which does a good chunk, and he screams at you. Yeah, you seem to have garnered its attention. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Davak, you can see Ragu surrounded, but Dark Spirit is at less than half health. What are you going to do?
I'll back up a little bit and then shoot the dark spirit.
Okay. The one closest?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Mm,
Okay, the first one's a hit.
10 damage.
All right. So a full 10 damage. And you can definitely hurt it, but it is still alive. It's at the end of your turn.
Yes.
All right. Animal Spirit 2 is going to attack Ragu since it has advantage. With a 22, that's a hit.
I'll take that.
Sorry, say that again?
So yeah, I'll have to take that.
Okay. You take 8 necrotic damage, and you have to make a DC 10 Constitution save. Which you succeed. And then Animal Spirit 1 is going to take his advantage. But even with that, he fails miserably. All right, Galen, you can see that they continue to whittle away at Ragu. What are you going to do?
I think Dark Spirit. This one is almost dead.
It appears so, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it with more fire.
Go for it. You
Let's
succeed.
go.
So
There we
that
go.
is what, 23? So 11 points gets through. And
No.
you, not quite, but you nearly take it out. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Pico, you can see that the Dark Spirit is almost dead, and you can see that Ragu is still surrounded. What are you going to do?
All right, I'm going to move here, and I am going to. Actually, how much damage did you do to that thing?
Like 11.
11. I'll probably regret this. I'm not going to use. No, I'll use the Booming Blade.
That hits. And you take it out.
All right.
You did not regret that. So what are you going to, is that the end of your turn?
No, not just yet. I'm going to loop around to here and help set Ragu up.
I'm assuming you took the long way around. Yeah, obviously. Go ahead.
So yeah, I'm done with my move. Or turn.
Oh, okay, that's the end of your turn. All right. I thought you were going to attack. Sorry about that. I forgot you did Blooming Blade. Alrighty. Dark Spirit 2. He raises his hands into the air, and you notice suddenly there is another animal spirit that that arrives to the ground, which I'm going to add to initiative, and we'll resort. So at the beginning of round 4, descending. All right, Ragu, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Thank you, Pico. You thought of me very nicely, but I think we must stop that other one. How do I get past these two dogs? Can I just shove?
You can attempt to shove, although you're dubious given that they're spirits, or you can make a acrobatics check to see if you can get between them without them, without them blocking your path. That would put you there, and that does not make you immune to attacks of opportunity.
You are absolutely correct, and I will do that. Acrobatics, you said?
Acrobatics, yeah. Let's see what the DC will be. The DC will be 14.
All right.
You succeed, so put yourself right there.
Okay. I'm now about to take 3 attacks of opportunity and move to
Okay,
Nexus.
2 or 3? No, 2. Okay. Okay, so that 19 would have hit. Are you going to spend your reaction to make it not hit?
I am going to spend my reaction to make it not hit.
Fair enough. So you bring up your deflection and you make it to Dark Spirit 2. So what else are you going to do?
Char was going to fly in, fly over, give me advantage, and then fly down into the corner.
Okay.
And I am going to advantage, rapier.
All right, that 13 is a hit. Or actually 16, sorry, is a hit.
Yeah.
And
So
so
14
solid
damage.
14.
Plus features. I realize he can't actually fall down, but I'm going to go ahead and do the trip attack maneuver, which still gives me an extra 1d8
Okay,
for
that sounds fine.
damage on the hit. He needs to make a DC 15 to keep and or lose his movement.
DC 15. All right, group save. A deck save?
Yes. Missing it. Starting at strength saving throw. Sorry,
Oh,
DC
let me start again then.
15 strength. Yeah. Sorry about that.
It fails. So what happens?
Technically, he's knocked prone, and now that he's prone, I have advantage on my next attack because he's there.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, he'll
Next
be up
attack.
in the next turn, but yeah, we'll say that you knocked him into a disadvantage position for your
Yeah,
to
because
set up for your
he's-
next
he-
attack. Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
because he doesn't actually go prone. He's a ghost, but
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know how else to translate. All
Yep,
right,
no
my
problem.
next attack is my +1 dagger with advantage.
Okay, crit.
Max.
So another 10
6 and
points.
4. 10 points, and we're going to go ahead and try that again, just to add the D8.
You're using your action surge.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's my, or not action surge, my second battle superiority dice. I'm basically knocking him prone a second time because he's not really prone, just knocking him into a disadvantage.
Okay, and that gives you another D8.
Yeah, because whenever you make a successfully attack, you roll a D8, add that to damage, and then they make a DC 15 for being knocked.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and roll your D8 then. Okay. Takes another 4.
14 points.
And yeah, I'm not going to bother with the save because he's just going to be floating there. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is, unless he'll have disadvantage next round, but that don't think they stack like that, do they?
All right. Animal Spirit 2. Yeah, so, but yeah, since he's a spirit, he's just going to float. So he'll be normal next round. But if this were not a spirit, then he would be on the ground, and you'd have to use half his movement to get up, and otherwise you'd have advantage on attacks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, the Animal Spirit 3 is going to set itself up. We'll say that since you have him in a disadvantaged position, that you aren't actually flanked yet until next turn, so he's just going to get his normal attack. And with a 13, that is definitely not good enough to do anything to you. All right, Devok, you can see that Ragu is rushed in to attack the Dark Spirit. What are you going to do?
I will shoot the dark spirit he is attacking.
Okay. All right, the first one hits.
7.
For a solid 7 points. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Ire, you can see that the doorway is still full of animal spirits. Sinister Spirit is attacking Pico, and Ragu is attacking the Dark Spirit. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna come up here and help out Pico with the Sinister Spirit.
Okay, go for it. That is a hit. Okay, 12 points.
Ooh.
Crit. Can you finish it off?
I think he's gone.
You sure can. You finished off the Sinister Spirit. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Animal Spirit 2 is then going to move around and gain advantage on Ire. So with the 24, it's a critical hit. So you take 19 necrotic damage and have to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Ouchie.
You make your saving throw, but you still take the 19 damage. And then Animal Spirit 1 is going to follow up with his attack with advantage. And with an 18, he is not quite enough to get through your armor. All right, Galen, you can see that Ire is surrounded. What are you going to do?
Let's see if I can help out.
Now, as you know, if you are in melee range, you have disadvantage with range attacks. However, if you used a melee attack, you are flanking Animal Spirit 2, which would give you advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a melee attack. 1 second.
Shocking Grasp, that works. So how much
Yep.
damage do you do? So if I remember correctly, they are resistant. They are, so they
Yeah.
take 3 points of damage.
But this does take away his reaction in case
It does that. Yep.
anything happens.
It means Ire can run and only hit 1 opportunity attack. All right, Pico, the Sinister Spirit that was attacking you is now gone. What are you going to do?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move here and
Okay.
Did we lose you, Dave, or can anybody hear me?
there we go.
Yeah, his computer froze temporarily.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right, so let's see. Yeah, so it's gonna be Booming Blade.
That hits.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead and roll again in case you crit. Okay. So 4 points plus, don't you... Okay, there you go. It is force, right? So I believe force is full.
Thunder, actually.
Oh, okay. So he only takes half of that. Fair enough, but you've almost killed him anyway. Is that the end of your turn?
No, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's see. 5, 6. Ugh. Dang it. All right, fine. I'll stop here.
All right. Okay, Dark Spirit 2. He rises once again. And he's going to take his advantage to attempt to drain your life, Ragu. And he gets a critical success. So, Ragu, you take 41 points of necrotic damage as it really drains your life. And you have to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. You fail the Constitution saving throw, which means that your maximum life is reduced by 41. Sorry.
My maximum life is temporarily reduced by how much? 41?
41.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me.
As well as your current life.
What's your max
What if that-
normally?
My max is 57. My current is 46, so I am at 5 hit points and have a maximum of less than 20. What do I have? 15?
Sorry, you said what was your normal max?
57.
57. Okay.
57 minus 41 is 16. So my new maximum hit points is 16, and I have 5.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is his turn.
Kryson Blue Dog.
So we're at the beginning of round 5. Ragu, he has basically drained most of your vitality. You feel like you're 80 years old and you've been kicked in the head. So what are you going to do?
I'm tired of this. I have felt it for way too long now. Char flies up, gives me advantage, heals over here, out of the way. I am hauling on him.
Okay.
Iridescent Rapier for advantage.
You hit
29.
for 14 points. He is
And
nearly
I'm
dead.
going to... In that case, I am simply going to follow it up with a normal Kniffy 19.
That hits.
8.
And you finish him off. He raises his hands and screams as he fades, but you can tell that there was a note of satisfaction in the scream. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, I've got nothing else.
All right. Animal Spirit 3, well, it's there, so it's going to attack you. But with the 10, it fails. You dodge out of the way. Devok, you can see that Ragu is noticeably thinner, and he looks much weaker than he did in the past. In addition, the animal spirit in between Galen and Ire is almost dead. So what are you going to do?
Hmm. I'll help Ragu.
Okay.
I'll shoot the animal spirit he's fighting.
Okay, fair enough. You hit both times.
Yes.
5 damage.
Yep, but it does glance your direction. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Ire, the creature between you and Galen is almost dead, but you too notice that Ragu is a shadow of his former self. So what are you going to do?
Try and take out this animal spirit between me and Galen.
Okay, you have advantage. And you hit. And you finish it off.
All right, and then take a swing at one on my right.
Okay, you do not have advantage, but go ahead. You hit it anyway. For 12 points, it's still alive, but not by much. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. Animal Spirit 1, since you just attacked it, it's going to attempt to drain your life. And
Are you serious?
So you take 24 points of necrotic damage.
That is exactly my current hit point total.
And you have to make a DC 10 Constitution save,
Alright.
which you succeed. Galen, you notice that Ire just collapsed to the ground as the animal spirit drained his life, and you also notice Ragu is looking rather frail and thin. What are you going to do?
Yeah, this is bad. I am going to run up to Ire and stabilize him with mending. Or is he not
Okay.
dying?
Yeah.
Actually, can you attack the animal spirit? I can worry about Ire.
Okay. I mean, I can, but the animal spirit will not die. I'm not that strong.
It's resistant
All right.
to fire.
Fair enough.
Maybe, hold on, let me look at Animal Spirit 3. I don't see its health bar.
It has a lot still.
Okay.
All right. So you cast mending. It just works.
Actually, I think you should attack Animal Spirit 1 even if you
Okay.
can't kill it.
All right, I'll do that then.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's shoot it with some fire.
And since Iron's on the ground, you have no problem hitting it, which you do. And you do 8 points, which is exactly what you needed to take it out in one hit.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I thought you said you couldn't kill the damn thing.
I rolled
Nice.
well, I guess.
You certainly did. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm actually gonna step over Ire's body to get closer to Ragu.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I'm sorry. Can I count my movement first?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go here.
Okay. Which you do have advantage since Ragu is in melee combat.
It's
for
mainly
next
just for him. Yeah.
All right, Pico. The spirit has been vanquished. What are you gonna do?
All right, so my first item of business is I am going to heal Ire. So I'm going to cast. Pretty sure I'm going to be casting Cure Wounds, but let me just make sure I'm not missing anything.
Okay.
Yep, Cure Wounds, and I'll verify one other thing here. As soon as I learn how to spell. Keywords, there we go. 8 plus. Well, actually, no, I'll just do this for stability's sake. So, yeah, so I'll go ahead and burn the last of my level 1 slots. Okay, and then where is Cure Wounds? All right, a whopping 5, but that's still better than 0.
Okay. Ira, go ahead and add your 5. When it's your turn, you can make your Constitution save to see if you basically become conscious.
And
But no death saves, so there's that. All right, Pico, what else are you going to do, if anything?
actually, that might be it for the time being. Let me go ahead and move a little closer, have a look here, what's going on.
You should be able to see his health bar. It has been damaged, but it is still rather robust.
Shoot.
However, you do not see any dark spirits, so this should be the last creature. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I guess I can't really do anything else.
All right, so at the beginning of round 6. Ragu, you now have advantage if you attack the animal spirit. However, you are still feeling rather weak, so what are you going to do?
I am feeling rather weak, but I will stare down this hellhound.
Fair enough.
I am going to... Let's see, advantage. I am going to really hit this one good.
You do so.
28, going blade.
So 18 damage.
18 damage. And I would like to, as my bonus action, use Second Wind.
Okay. Go ahead and do so. Remembering that your current maximum hit points is 16.
Yes.
So go ahead and deal with that. Is that the end of your
6
turn?
plus 3 is, yes.
All right.
6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 5 is still less than my max.
All right. Animal Spirit 3, seeing Galen come up from behind, is going to turn around and attack you, Galen. But with a 10, actually, did you cast Mage Armor?
Yep, I have Mage Armor.
In that case, with a 10, he fails to hit you. You still
Yeah,
feel the pain, though.
of course.
Davak, the animal spirit is at about 1/3 of its health, and Ragu's looking a little better, though clearly still much thinner and weaker than you're used to. So what are you going to do?
I move up and I shoot it.
All right. You have advantage.
Okay.
All right, both those
Yes.
hit, and one's a crit. So 11,
11 damage.
that is enough to take it out. So I'm going to go ahead and end combat real quick. So as we end, you find yourself standing around Galen, who looks utterly drained. He looks much skinnier than he has in the past. You can tell that much of his life force has been drained by one of those dark spirits, and by this place that seems to drain you just by being here. However, all the spirits are now dead. So what do you do?
Although I think you said Galen when you meant Ragu.
I meant Ragu.
Yes.
Do we know if lesser restoration will have an effect on the life drain?
From what you understand, the greater restoration would work, or a long rest.
Okay. Well, in that case, I might as well burn my spell slot on a heal for myself.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
it
I think
basically, if you take a long rest, he'd be restored at the end of the long rest.
Wouldn't he be killed?
Well, obviously you can't take a long rest here, but I meant when you take a long rest is what I should have said.
Yeah.
I think I need a 5-minute break. Then we keep moving, yes?
I can't believe you did that.
Well, he was just gonna keep summoning more monsters. I did not mean for him to get such a good hard hit on me.
As he was draining your life, he seemed to have this anger, this vengeance that he was fulfilling on you. You don't feel like you did anything to him personally, obviously, but you feel like these spirits feel that way against all of you.
Yeah, they're just angry that we're living and they're not.
Okay, before we go anywhere, I'm healing people who need it, so let's start with you, Ragu.
Just so you know,
actually,
Galen,
you can't.
he
I can't.
only has 2 more hit points that he can go up.
Yeah, my current temporary maximum is only 16, and I'm at 14 right now. So, I appreciate it, but you can't fix it until after I get a long rest in.
Then that one was for Davok.
Okay.
Congratulations. You get 10 plus your hit points. I mean, your hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
And I might as well roll for myself because I kind of hurt as well.
Yep. While you're doing that, Ire,
Oh, nice.
you find yourself in a small, it looks like a small back room. Given the mess of the place, it's difficult to ascertain what its original purpose was. You notice some metal debris, and you notice a rather large but highly damaged drain. So what do you do?
Is there any way this drain would, this cover would come off? We could get in here,
Sure, you can try taking it off. Go ahead and give me a strength check unless you have any specific ideas that would help.
No.
Okay.
Strength it is. Oh, that was a saving throw. That's not
No, just a check. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it is fairly brittle and weak. So you manage to start ripping it out, and it just kind of breaks in your hand, and you basically break it apart, and it is now open. And what you see is a shaft that goes downward, and then at the bottom you see debris. However, you notice something about 5 feet down on top of the debris that seems to be reflecting the light.
Hmm. Anyone feeling adventurous?
Uh,
Why don't we
Let me
just use
check.
Mage Hand to pick it up?
Yeah, that
instead
would
of
also
putting it
work.
down? Yeah, I might just do that. Let's look at it
Um,
thoroughly before I bring it out here, though.
First, I'm going to light my repaired lantern, lower it down with Mage Hand to get a better look at what's down there.
Okay, you see what appears to be a spherical object. It's obviously made out of metal, and it's silvery. And on the top of the object is a small crystal that is glowing white, and it is covered with writing. It is approximately half a foot in diameter.
Well, that
Ooh,
sounds
that's.
fun. Yeah, I think we should take it out.
I'm going to bring the lantern up. I'm going to try and grab it with the Mage Hand. Am I able to pick it up?
It is surprisingly light, so you are able to pick it up just fine.
All right, everybody back away from this thing just in case. Next room over, around the corner.
Wait, can you describe what it was? What's more than I missed it?
It's a sphere.
Oh.
Yeah, it's silvery metal, which is why it's reflecting the light.
Ragu, you really need to be around the corner more than most of us.
All right, I'm moving.
All right, so I'm going to bring this thing up, backing away from it as I do so.
Okay. All right, you bring it up, and then you back away, and it's just sitting there with the glowing crystal at the top. And one thing you notice is that if it's set on the ground, it just sits. It doesn't seem to roll. It's almost like something's holding it vertical.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I'm going to kind of wiggle it a bit around with the Mage Hand, just make sure it's not doing anything weird.
You do so. You wiggle it around. One thing you notice, though, is that the gem on the surface is glowing slightly brighter, and you notice that your mage hand has become translucent.
All right, I'm going to let go of it and bring the Mage Hand closer. Does it change at all?
Once you bring the mage hand closer, the mage hand goes back to normal, and then the glowing light dims slightly on the sphere.
Ooh, I'm not sure what to make of that. You said there was writing on it, right?
Yes.
I'm going to cautiously step towards it. Do I feel anything as I get closer to it?
You don't feel anything, no.
All right, I guess I'll take a chance and brush it with the back of my hand real quick.
You do so. It's cold to the touch, but otherwise it is definitely metal.
Okay. I'll try and pick it up then. Anything?
You pick it up, and it's definitely cold to the touch, but otherwise, it feels like if you were to take something metallic and stick it in the fridge for a while and pull it back out, or stick it in the ice and pull it back out. It is cold, but it's not damaging. It doesn't hurt.
All right. So, and I'm not feeling like any magical drain or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay, Ragu. Bad news. The thing's not explosive. You want to take a look? I'm gonna try and
Yes,
cast,
let
see if
us
you can
be.
figure anything out about it.
Yes, that's what
Oh.
I'm going to do.
Although,
If you give me some assistance, I'm going to try the artificer to see about the
Um,
hold on a sec.
absorbing the matrix.
before you do that, though, as you pass by Ire and Galen, I'm going to give them a chance to roll on their D8 since it is a recognizable object. But we'll see if they recognize it. They do not. Okay, continue.
They never do. They never do.
Yeah, unfortunate.
No,
do you guys ever recall having amnesia?
No, not very often, no.
Well, it's
Sometimes
such
I
a
do, but
highly
then I
unlikely
forget.
number to get.
Mhm.
So
It is. But they have hit it before, and Galen has actually quite a number of times
I
recently.
mean, it's not. It's more than a 10% chance. It's not that crazy.
Anyway, Pico and Ragu, what are you doing?
I
he's
was gonna
gonna
have,
go ahead and
I was gonna cast guidance, and well, actually, if you want to use your artificer, or I mean your artifact lore skill, that would apply to the guidance, and I could help you with that for the advantage.
That's exactly what I was gonna suggest myself. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Critical
And just in case that matters, yeah.
All right. So you're
29.
looking at it, and you're not sure what the writing means. However, as you're probing its energies, you get the sense that it is curative in nature. You get the impression by looking at the design that if you were to hold it, one hand on each side, and twist it, its curative effects would occur. Although you're not quite clear on what exactly those curative effects are.
Do I
Ire,
have an idea on charges or number of in this thing? Like, do I know if
You
it's
get the
full or
feeling
half
that
empty?
it recharges itself, or recharges over time from the latent energy. But you also get the feeling that that recharging is retarded in this area due to the oppressive draining effects. Unfortunately, you do not know the how long it takes to recharge, but you do
Okay.
know that it's one use, um, but it can recharge.
Okay. Well, I think it is helpful. I have no problems trying it right now, unless you want me to either try it. No? Maybe?
hold on before you do that. Ire, can I talk to one of the other guys inside your head for a bit?
No. You can ask me to ask them a question.
All right, I'm gonna bring the thing over to Ire.
Okay.
Can you ask them if they recognize this writing?
Yeah, sure. I'll relay the message.
All right, you do so. And you notice that since you entered the city, the voices have been rather dormant. You haven't actually heard from them at all since you entered. And suddenly, now that you ask them a question, you hear this wailing noise. And in fact, all of you hear this wailing noise as Ire suddenly locks up, and his head is back, and you just hear this loud siren-like wailing noise coming out of his head. And then suddenly you hear a what's normally a chipper voice say, "It can't be. No, it can't be. What's going on? No, the attack happened. The attack happened." And this goes on for about 5 minutes. Do you guys wait
Well,
for it to run out, or do you do something in the meanwhile?
I mean, we did tell them. Like, we literally told him
You did tell them,
several times.
but telling somebody something and them believing it are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them do their thing.
All right, so 5 minutes passes, and you can hear Ire sobbing, though he has no tears. Ire, are you going to attempt to wrest control, or are you just going to let it continue?
Yes, I am going to.
Okay, go ahead and make your intelligence check.
I am stupid.
You notice that Ire suddenly reaches for his head and collapses to his knees, and his head hits the ground. So what do you guys do?
That's not good.
Yeah,
I think we need to
that's
go be
just
helping
physical.
Ire. Let's lay him down and put something behind his head to brace him until his little internal brain friends can calm down.
Okay.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Oh shoot! I guess. Is anybody really good at persuasion or anything? Maybe they can talk the thing into relinquishing control.
I happen to be okay at that.
All right. Well, allow me to provide my expert guidance as I help you.
All right,
Okay.
Galen. So what are you saying?
Let's see. I'll just be like, hey, I know that this is really hard for you guys, but the only way we're going to be able to move forward and get to the bottom of who did this is if you let Ire have control again, and we can still try to help you guys.
Okay. Go ahead and make your persuasion check.
Okay, and then did you say you were helping me, Dave?
Yes, and you get a D4 to add to your roll.
Oh, wow. I guess I'll need it. That was kind of a bad roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your d4, and we'll see where you're at.
Oh
Fortunately,
my goodness.
you actually only needed the 15, although you didn't know that at the time. So suddenly you notice that Ire stops wailing, and Ire, the voices in your head are rather muted, but you now have control. And one of the voices the voice that was wailing, he says, you have found a restoration artifact. Um, it it can restore lost limbs, regenerate muscle, um, that kind of thing. I don't know the details, but the great innovation is that it recharges itself on solar energy. So you can use that, or people can use that to help in the healing process. Unfortunately, even by modern standards, it is difficult to create, and so it is much more rare than we would like. Although, um, uh, and then he starts trailing off, and it's like, modern standards. What happened? And then he goes quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would be helping with life innocence?
What now?
Well, if it helps with like limbs and body parts, will it help with life essence?
I don't know.
Go ahead and give it a try.
I could use some juice.
Yeah, as
Kind
I
of beat up here.
who's
I think Ragu is trying to get his maximum hit points back.
Yeah, I understood
Ragu
that
or
part,
whoever
yeah.
else wants to, you can make a medical check based on that description and make an informed opinion.
um Galen, you have the medical expertise. Can you go ahead? I will help you what I can.
Sure.
Allow me to offer my expert guidance.
Ragu, are you proficient in medicine?
I am not.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
have
somebody can
herbalism,
help
so that's
Galen.
sort of a healing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I have an herbalism. That's
Okay,
sort of a
yeah,
healing,
okay, that's
but-
good enough. All right, Galen, you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
All right,
You can
so
add a D4 to that.
oh, go ahead.
All right. Why am I getting all these D4s?
because of guidance.
Yeah, when I say allow me to offer my expert guidance, I'm actually using a guidance.
Oh,
cantrip
you're
that
using
allows you to add a
guidance.
D4. Yeah.
That's super sweet.
get a
What
D4 on
what
your skill
tree is
check.
that under? I might have to grab that.
That's cleric.
Cleric? Oh, I'm gonna grab that next
Cleric
level.
cantrip.
Is that a cantrip?
Yep.
Oh wow, that's a really good cantrip. All right, Galen. So based on your medical expertise and information from Ragu, you were able to make a guess that most likely, if this thing can heal muscles and limbs, it could also heal drain life force.
Okay, it's gonna work, guys.
All right. We know we have one shot. I hope we have two. And I don't mean to sound greedy, Ire, but my max is 15.
No, by all means.
Okay. I grab the thing on either side and twist like I'm supposed to.
As you twist, you feel this warm energy flowing through your arms, and everyone's watching, you can see Ragu's muscles fill out, and he looks more full and much more energetic than he has been since the beginning of the fight. So Ragu, you are now at 57 hit points.
Oh, what a rush! That definitely is a good thing to have.
Yep, 57 out of 57.
When I was doing my arcane lore, will this require a second check? But can it be recharged with magic, like it was fading on Pico's mage hand?
It's possible,
Okay.
and you think it's probably even likely, but you also think it would be a high level spell. So probably at least level 2 or level 3.
Okay. So cantrips aren't going to do it.
And it would have to be an instantly cast spell rather than
Slow trickle charge.
yeah.
Okay. Well, does it have a second charge in it, or was that it? And
It
we
drains.
have to.
Yeah, it's completely empty.
Okay.
You know it'll
I believe.
recharge eventually, but you also know that process is retarded. So whatever in this place, so whatever its normal recharge time is, it's going to be several times that here.
Okay. I do not know how long it will take to recharge on its own, but it's slower here. I do not know if we have a spell slot available, but we'll get you fixed up, Ire too.
Well, Ira's not down in terms of maximum, is he?
No.
No, I'm at 17 and I have no spell slots and no hit dice or anything.
Oh, wait a second. Okay? So you need standard healing. You don't have a hit
Yep.
point max crunch. Okay.
Well, Ragu, if you're back to full, you might want to actually update your numbers for that.
I will as soon as I get back to the computer.
Okay. So yep, everybody notices Ragu is looking much better. So Ragu, are you going to add that thing to your character sheet, or somebody else taking it?
I can go ahead and carry it for now. I'm wondering if I can maybe. You don't suppose if we put the solar recharging cape on this, would that help speed things up maybe?
The cape needs solar power too.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, basically with the fog and everything, you weren't getting proper sunlight, so the cape's not working either.
All right.
All right. So
A level 2 spell would heal this or recharge this thing. Would level 1 spells do anything or no?
you suspect that it's either at least a level 2 or at least a level 3. You're not sure which. Anything less than that is not going to do anything because it's a one-shot kind of setup.
All right.
All right. So now that Ragu is standing taller and the voices in Ire's head have diminished, what are you guys going to do?
All right. We need to figure out how to help get Ire going a little better, and then continue on our way because we just can't stay here too long.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a peek outside.
Yeah, you do so. The street continues off into the fog. You see the collapsed buildings to the south, and at any point you can decide to leave the map. Now that there's no enemies or anything holding you here, just let me know and I'll take you back to the main map.
All right. Well,
What?
I'm gonna search these ruins briefly.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of debris scattered about. So I'm going to need you to make a perception or investigation check.
I'll go ahead and go with perception.
Okay. You find underneath a pile of rubble. You find a pile of rubble and you notice something reflective underneath it.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
All right, you dig it out, and you find that there are two fire cylinders that somehow, despite the debris collapsing in, it, weren't smashed.
All right, well, I'll add those to my inventory. All right. And all right. Well, if that's everything. And these holes, are they just craters? Whoops, I didn't mean to get in one.
Yeah, they're basically as you're looking at them, they seem to be holes in the whatever the material is that make the street, and then underneath that there's a different kind of material, some pretty hard stone-like material, and some dirt. But whatever is causing these holes, it somehow caused some sort of explosion that dug deep into the ground. And you suspect that this isn't because of age. This is definitely caused by some sort of weapon.
All right.
Which
Did I answer?
I'm trying to figure out which hexagon we're in on the map.
Oh, if I had to guess, I think we are in the far left one, and I would suspect that we are in that light green area in the lower left corner. That's my best guess right now.
Okay.
Yeah, once you guys are done here, I'll take you back to the map. You're basically in the hexagon you started in.
No, I'm talking about the mysterious map. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just trying to like see if those are like buildings because the weird shapes appear to have doors. You know what I mean?
Which is true. Well, they may not be doors so much as big gateways or something.
Or pathways. Yeah.
Actually, Ire, you can actually make a cartography roll if you so desire, since it does appear to be a map of some sort.
Right.
All right, so yeah, you're looking at it, and what you're suspecting is that the city. You suspect the city is kind of split into these hexagonal areas, and the hexagonal areas are then split into these oddly shaped sectors. You don't know what the sectors are exactly. Maybe they delineate the type of area or something else. And you also suspect that those those central areas with the what look like passageways, those are actually walled sections of the city. And you suspect that whatever is on the inside of those walled sections is important, and those openings are the gates.
And where did you think
Okay.
we were again? In the bottom lime green part, or?
I believe so, but we'll have to go back to the main map to confirm my suspicion.
All right. Do you want to go back to the city map now?
I guess we can do. We didn't actually search this main room, did we?
You were in the middle of searching it, and then the attack started happening. You did search this thing here, or Ragu did specifically, and you had briefly glanced at the tables and everything, but that was about it.
Trash. I'm searching this trash.
Sure, go ahead and search the trash.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to do a more thorough search in this room.
All right.
I'll go ahead and help you there.
Oh,
This
shouldn't have
this thing
advantage.
here, like I said,
Oh, he's gonna
appears
help you guys.
appears to be some sort of glass. Is once glass, but there's mechanical parts like wires and whatnot. And underneath, you can see metal tables, and the metal tables have been cracked. Over here, you can see the metal table is buckled under the weight of stone from the ceiling. And same down here. Uh, and down here you see piles of metal debris. It looks like some sort of pipes and potentially tools, and then of course large stone slabs that are from the building above. You suspect that there was once either a stairwell or something that allowed you to travel between levels over here, but whatever was once above is collapsed. Galen, you searched the pile of trash, and you were able to find a somehow a small glass statue or crystal maybe about 3 inches tall of a humanoid shape. The humanoid shape seems to be in robes, but he's holding or she is holding what appears to be a pipe or a stick in their hand.
Huh. Okay.
All right.
I want to check out this here and this over here as well.
Okay, so here this seems to be some sort of metallic or metallic pieces. You can see wires and tubes, but it appears to be rusted and broken. You get the impression that something literally caused it to break apart, potentially related to the weapon impacts, such as here. And this thing here, it reminds you a lot of those glowing rectangles that had buttons and displays and controls, like in the underground facilities you visited. But you can see that it's clearly cracked and broken.
Was there anything in and amongst these piles of tools and other debris?
When Pico was doing a check of the room, he didn't notice anything.
There's one last thing I can think of. Looking down this grate, does it look like there's any passages that'd be movable down there?
When you look down, you just see large slabs of stone. Whatever passage was down there seems to be collapsed.
Well, should we go ahead and move on then?
Yeah,
Sure.
Does somebody want to see if my statue is magical or if it's just cute?
Oh, sure. I can go ahead and take 10 minutes if you guys don't mind and do a ritual detect.
Sure.
Okay, so what are you using?
I'm going to do a ritual detect magic. And
Okay.
that should tell me if the statue's magical and anything else around here, really.
All right, you cast a spell, and you are gaining from the general environment a low reading of a low but very homogeneous magical reading. You suspect it probably has something to do with the undead, the spirits of the dead that infest this place. As for the statue itself, you are not getting any magical detection from it.
Alright, well. It's fine.
All right, let me go ahead and move you to the map. Okay, don't move yet, because first I want to bring up a couple of things. So as you move on and you start paying attention to your surroundings, you notice that there are groups of. Wait, why is that dark? Sorry, well, it looks like we're having technical issues again. Because that looks weird. Hold on, let me try to fix this. Has sight, all players see light. Reveal distance. Yeah, why is that so dim? Sorry about that. I don't know why everything is being a pain today. Oh, because I'm using the wrong one, maybe. Maybe, can I adjust this? No effect, no dimming. Alright, let's see, 0.5, maybe that'll work. That did not. So what do you guys see? Do you guys see a dim circle around your character?
Yeah, I see this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with no gradient or anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. Right. That's still not working. Yeah, sorry about all the issues. Advanced settings. Maybe there's something here. Alright, let's try this. Oops. Sorry about that. Pretend you don't see anything. And that's not right either, so let me reset that, but it looks like we're back to that working. Or not.
I think it's working for me. I see like a gradient.
Yeah, I think it's starting to work.
Yeah. Now it looks good.
Oh, now it's black. Brilliant.
No, not for me at least.
No, we can
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
see a
I
little
see-
tiny bit.
Like a thing.
Now the
Oh.
light gradient went away.
Yeah, now it's too big, and I'm not seeing anything on the other computer. Wow, this one is supposed to be so hard. All right, I have an idea. This is probably because I am using that. So let me try turning on oh wait, maybe it's because it has legacy lighting, and that's on. Why do you suck so much? So you got token emits light. Night vision's 0.5. There's no tint. Alright, let me adjust the map. Yeah, unfortunately, Roll20 is changing the lighting settings and everything, so maybe they broke it. I don't know. Alright, that'll have to do. Sorry about that. I had it set up so that it would keep parts you've already explored dark, but you can still see them somewhat. But apparently that's not going to work. So I'll go back to my explanation. So anyway, you notice that there are groups of spirits that that you can see in the distance that seem to be wandering around the city. And so whenever you move a hex, I'll move them a hex and that kind of thing. They don't seem to be moving towards you. They just seem to be wandering around the city. It's just that you're able to see them because there's a number of them. And I'm assuming that as a group, once you do see them, you're trying to stay out of sight so that you avoid getting their attention. But obviously, if they get too close, they'll be able to sense your life force. In addition, Galen, you actually, as you're walking down the streets, you actually have a fuzzy memory. And this one you don't have to roll for, which is why it's fuzzy. But you get the sense that you've lived here before. And you have the feeling that your home is somewhere somewhere this direction. You remember some apartments that you used to live in. And Ire, you on the other hand, one of the voices in your head is telling you that the crash site is somewhere in this direction. So what are you guys going to do?
Well, based off of Galen's memories and what we see right now, it might make more sense to try to find where Galen used to live. Much as I'd like to get to the crash site, I think we're going to have to loop around the long way to avoid the dark spirits. So I don't think going directly to the crash site's a good idea right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
we
think
can
it's
do that.
probably more important to go to the crash site, but we could start looping around for sure. I think I live kind of far from here, so might take a little while.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity for future encounters, Galen, do you have any charges left on your little wand?
On my fireball wand? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're
Alright.
not they don't care about fire.
I know fire doesn't hurt them as much, but it's a good AoE that we have. It might be able to distract them or maybe do some damage. Just we need to keep our options up because we're we're not so hot against the spirits. We'll beat them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's cool.
One thing that occurs to you, Ragu, due to your magical knowledge, is that Wand of Fireball could actually recharge your sphere.
Oh, that's right.
All right,
Are you
so
willing to try that, Galen?
you move one hex. So let me, before you move on, let me just roll to see what these guys do. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's probably one over here. Oops. What the hell is that? All right, and then, all right, so you moved a hex. One thing you notice is that the group of spirits up ahead kind of moved in your direction, although it appears to be accidental. And the dark spirits seem to be moving away from you. So you can continue to move. One more. Okay.
Did we want to go that way, or did we want to double back because the sinister spirits are going that way?
Well, the thing is, the dark spirit's kind of further more in the way. And if we have to get into a fight with one of these things, I'd rather it not be the dark spirits. I mean, I know they're no big deal to you.
I'm thinking we can take them out, but it's going to be a hard fight every time. Galen, did you want to try using your fireball one to recharge the healing apparatus?
How about we just wait until we actually need to use it?
Yeah, I
Well,
think I
We
definitely
have
would be
no other
willing to
way to
do
get
it.
him up from 17 hit points.
Oh, that is true. That might be useful.
So do you guys want to stop and recharge it?
I'm guessing it
Sure.
will take a minute.
Should be
I mean,
faster than
actually,
that.
how important is Fireball to us? Because I could just use one of my third level spells.
Oh, wait. Next time.
I don't think Fireball's that important.
Right,
Well, that's the thing.
we'll
It's
get
how much damage does Fireball?
8d6.
Even at half damage, that's a lot of damage to
Yeah,
be throwing
that's
at
true.
those enemies.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, maybe we should keep it. Let me see how much. Okay. That kind of blows actually.
Because I'm carrying a bunch of potions, but I have no way to heal Ire. So if this can do it, then I thought maybe.
Okay, yeah, I can cast a third level spell on it if you want.
Actually, do you want to try a second one? Let's see if that actually works.
Yeah, 'cause
Sure, yeah. I
we do
can.
know that it's either a second or a third.
Oh, well then yeah, let's try a second first. I'll put a second level spell slot
So
in there.
before you do that, it's at least a second level or at least a third level. You're not sure which way it swings. That's because the information was fuzzy. So if a second level may or may not work.
Okay.
Well, if we waste a slot, I'd rather it be wasting a level 2 slot than a level 3.
I agree. I'm gonna throw a second level in it.
Okay,
Oh,
you
well,
throw a
I
second.
figure if.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say I figure that if a second level might or might not work, but a third level is guaranteed to work. But yeah, let's throw a second level in because I think we've got more of those.
All right. So anyway, you cast a second level spell at it. Galen, go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay.
If you get at least a 10, then it worked.
No.
So
No.
you cast it,
Favored by the gods.
and
Oh, can I do Favored by the Gods on this? I don't know if that's allowed.
how is it? That's a limited resource, right?
Favored by the Gods?
Yeah.
Yes, it's once a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like once a day or whatever, then yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead and roll it. Actually, you don't have to because you need at least a 10. So
Yeah.
yeah, it works.
Oh, thank God. All right, well, there you go. Touch
So-
the
Alright, I
orb.
go-
So
Touch
now
the
you know
orb.
that
Orb.
if you roll a second level spell, you roll a d20. If you get at least a 10, then it works. If you use the third level spell, then it's guaranteed to work without a roll.
It just works.
All right, I'm gonna pop the orb.
And you guys actually moved, and I realized I didn't move the critters again yet. So let me go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. And 1. All right. So the critters have moved. You notice you can see the sinister spirit kind of moved toward the east a bit. Ire, go ahead and if you use the item on yourself, go ahead and put yourself at maximum, and you guys can move another hex.
And that hex is going to be this direction.
Okay. As you move, you find an area where the road seems to be collapsed, and I'm going to go ahead and take you to the map. All right, so as a forewarning, this map is a little oddly shaped, so you'll see an outer ring of blackness because it's diagonal and everything. But otherwise, you find yourself coming to, or basically having to crawl past some of these these deep pits with the rocks falling to either side as you make your way past, and then you find yourself on a set of streets. And you can see that the damage in this area is utterly massive. And in the distance, you can see some large metal buildings that seem to have fallen on their sides. And some at a 45-degree angle, some completely flat. And you can see that one of the buildings looks like it's been gutted. You can see several what look like floors, although there are many, many dozens of these floors, but it is otherwise completely hollow. And then you can see several buildings. you see more pits on either direction, and if you look forward, you can see at the edge of your vision, you can see where the road collapses downward into some sort of sinkhole. So,
Nice.
what do you do?
Hope my house didn't get nuked like this.
You definitely have not reached where you remember your home to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't gone far enough yet.
Why don't you guys stay back a bit? Let me go ahead and do a little bit of exploring, because I can easily run back if anything goes wrong here.
Okay.
So I'm cautiously creeping forward.
All right, you are doing so. So yeah, you see several buildings. You can see the interiors, the cracked floors, the ceiling partially collapsed inward. You can see the ruined buildings where there's very little left but debris. Beyond the ruined buildings, you can see more massive holes. And then to the north, you can see another building. You, yeah, and you gain. You can see at the edge of your vision to the north, flickering shadows.
All right, I'm going to pull back to the party. Okay, so down the street, that second opening to the left, I saw a sinister spirit in there. There might be more than one. So if we're going to do any exploring initially, we'll want to either deal with this stuff over here to the east of us, basically over here, or maybe we could check just to the north of us here. What do you guys want to try?
Mm,
Ire, as you're looking around, you hear you hear one of the voices talk to you in your head. It's not the one that is normally excited and is now morose. It's the other one that was always kind of morose. And he's saying, "Well, I believe that the sector commander, or the sector delivery commander. I believe he has an office down the street. It looks familiar. I'm assuming it hasn't been destroyed. We should probably stop by and so we can report if there's anybody left to report to."
which one?
Do you remember which side of the street? Well, actually, I guess Ira is the only one hearing that, right?
Yeah, it is on the left side of the street. To the north, or at the end, near where the giant holes are, which does not instill confidence.
Ire, stop. There's a
Yeah,
sinister
I see
spirit around
it.
the corner there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna run up and actually verify. Okay. If we're gonna do this, I'm gonna wave everybody else up.
Okay. So, Galen and
Sorry.
Magoo, are you
Yeah,
going up?
sorry, I'm going up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going up if you want to move me.
Oh, okay. No problem. Let me move
Yeah,
Char.
Char can do the fighting while he's away.
Mhm.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Well, my recommendation here then is if we're gonna go in there, let me go in first so I can find out what we're up against, and when I come running back out in a panic, I can let you know.
Okay.
All right. So you are going to do essentially an initial attack. Or
Uh,
initial scout.
Pretty much, although I kind of want everybody in place first. So I think I'd want to be about here. I'd probably want Ragu to be right next to Ire and myself.
Like here or here.
The first spot that you had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever you want me, I'll help.
And then Devok and Galen will probably want to stick close but stay behind them.
Okay.
I see some rolls happening. Oh, okay. The AFK, no problem. Alrighty. Galen, is that where you want to be?
Pico, where did you say you wanted? I should be like right here.
Maybe just kind of right behind Ire and Ragu.
Okay, so like
Although, if you think they're
that.
gonna really focus on you, maybe you'll want to be further back. But
Yeah, they tend to hate me, so I was kind of wanting to hide like a little.
how about you and Devok
Maybe.
swap places then? Either that or in the back could work.
Thank
I
you,
was,
Doc.
yeah, I was thinking Devok in this hex. That way he's kind of helping shield Galen. Yeah, there we go.
Protect
All right,
me,
we ready for this mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Ready.
All right. Well, in that case,
So
Can I
you
take a
basically
peek first?
have one action. If you think it's going to cause combat to happen before you roll initiative, or it can be an attack. You can just be rushing in and rushing out again. And if it does cause a fight, we'll just roll initiative right afterward.
Okay. Can I take a peek? What are we trying to do here? Are we going to run in and attack?
no, the whole point is me taking the peek. I'm going to rush in, see what we're up against, and run right back out. Yell at everybody, here's what we're about to fight, and then we probably fight right at this spot.
Okay, well, if they're clustered up in there, I can, as our bonus action, throw a grenade and at least blast them a little bit.
Yeah, but remember the last time you did that? Well, okay, not the last time,
It
but the
was
time
actually,
before
yeah,
that.
it was actually, well, the grenade down the hallway wasn't so good, but the last time was very effective.
Well,
Well,
don't you want to know what you'd be throwing it into? I mean, I guess you can if
that's
you
why.
want to, but then we won't know what there is coming out at us.
That's what I was getting at is, well, here, if I can just move and peek while you go peek.
So yeah, basically the idea is that if you guys peek in, they might notice you, which you can try. But yeah, it's up to you guys.
Okay, ready? I'll peek when you peek.
Uh,
Whenever you're ready.
does it work that way?
So he wants to go
I
with
can
you.
just. Well, no, I'm just gonna. I'm not actually doing it, Jeremy, but I was just gonna step up here, and then step up here to see if I could see what was around the corner, and then move back. That's all I was gonna do to peek.
Right, but once you do that, if they notice you, then combat would begin.
Yeah.
And the problem is,
And
I
I
already
figured the same
basically
thing
did
is-
that and saw one of them. If I keep exposing myself to see more of them, then the combat could trigger.
Okay, in that case, yeah. Go ahead. Let's do it that way. Go ahead.
All right, fine. I'm gonna stow one of my claws, put a fire cylinder in my hand.
I was gonna say you don't have to if you don't think that's a good idea. That's just curious.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you basically have one action worth of stuff. You can attack or you can move, and then once you're done, we start combat.
One sinister spirit. Or no, yeah, two animal spirits. What's the range on the cylinders?
It's throwing range, so it's
2
however
hex.
far you can throw.
No, the exploding range.
2 hex. It can hit everything within 2 hex. So if I'm here, see where I'm standing, it can go out to here, and then out to here, because it hits everything within 2 hex. Actually, I think that was a little bit far. 1, 2 would go here and here.
1, 2.
I can't draw a circle, so I can't actually draw it for you.
4.
Well, since we're using hexes, it wouldn't be a circle anyway. It'd be a hex pattern.
6.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's not what I wanted. Fine, we'll try this. Hello, can I interest you in some building heating? I'm gonna try and throw the fire cylinder right there.
Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, you do so. Go ahead and make the roll, and I'll roll their saving throw. If you don't have it, you
Do you
can
got
have
it?
Ragu do it for you.
Yeah, I don't think I have the fire cylinder set up.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay, so 10 damage, DC 15, and it definitely works. So 2 of them were affected, and so the animal spirits were affected, and
The
then
sinister spirit
the
was affected.
animal spirits are knocked back. Basically, I see it hit here, so yeah, that way and that way. So they're knocked back into the walls, and we start combat. So everybody roll initiative.
The sinister spirit failed as well. He got a 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It knows when it applies damage, so the damage is going to be correct. But I knocked it back.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Oh, and they don't have health bars.
Okay.
Yeah.
What am I looking for? Initiative. I really do need to fix these guys. I mean the source token. But they will have health bars shortly. And I do now. So, alright, so assuming everybody rolled. So we're on round 1. And Pico, now that combat has started, you ran in, you threw the cylinder. It did damage, although I realized I should be doing half damage, so I'll correct that in a moment. The cylinder damaged him and knocked him backwards. And let me go ahead and fix their health. So what are you going to do?
All right. Okay, so I guess I'll move up 5 spaces first. Hello, can I? Fourth one. Hello, can I interest you in the magic of the booming blade?
And it screams at you.
All right, apparently that is a yes. So, okay, so there's
So
that.
-6 from that, and then -3 from the booming blade.
All right, and then that was 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and use feline agility to get the lock out of dodge. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That the end of your turn?
Yep, so I'm going to let everybody know there's 2 outside the building to the northwest or northeast. And then there are 2, those are sinister spirits, and then 2 animal spirits to the northwest inside the building. One over at the far left, I have hit with Booming Blade.
All right, Davak, you heard the information, so what are you going to do?
Oh, and they're fairly far in the back of the building, so you're going to want to use something with long range.
Okay. Let me see.
If you want to see if you're within range, you can use the ruler. Just do snap to center, and then you can measure it out.
I just did. Let me check my spell.
So that would be 50 feet to the nearest one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Eldritch Blast is 120 feet, so
All
I'll
right,
just
no
use
problem,
that.
man. All right, that hits. And that really hits. All right, so 12, 15 damage total. And almost enough to take it out, but it's still at 1/10 of its original health. Is that the end of your turn?
I move back, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom!
You see it appear outside just long enough for the booming blade to finish going off, and it was running toward Davak, and just as it reaches Davak, it shreds into mist. Ire, you
Nice tag team.
You saw one of the spirits come out and disintegrate. You heard that the others are inside, and the rest of Pico's information. So what are you gonna do?
Alright. One, two, three. I thought there was a sinister spirit.
They are outside that door. The door directly above you to the right, they're outside of that.
I see.
Might come around the corner given our luck.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm just gonna sit here and have an opportunity attack for this hex.
Okay. So you're gonna hold your action.
Yep.
All right, Galen, you saw one of the spirits disintegrate. You heard all the information. What are you gonna do?
I don't really want to do much, so I'll just step forward and then if anybody enters my line, if a spirit enters my line of sight, I'm gonna fire a firebolt at it.
Okay. Ire, go ahead and take your attack.
But
And that hits. Okay, solid 10 points. And Galen, take your attack.
All right.
That hits. So 3 points. And then it attacks Pico. No, it attacks Devok. With a 23, so that hits. So, Devok, you take 15 necrotic damage and have to make a DC 10 Constitution save.
Okay.
And the reason to attack Devok because it saw Devok first. And you succeed. All right, Ragu, you saw one of the spirits rush out to successfully attack Devok. So what are you going to do?
Alright, I'm gonna move over here. Oh, I see that. And I am going to swing away.
You have advantage, and that hits. For 16, which is enough to finish it off.
Okay.
Is that then your turn?
I'll go ahead and step over here. Sorry to be in your way. And do the same thing that Ire's doing.
Okay, so you're going to hold an action and attack if something comes here?
Oh, I just used my action to attack, so all I can do is
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah,
reactions.
so I guess you're done then. All right. Animal Spirit 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Animal Spirit 1 rushes out to attack. Ire, you've already spent your action, so it just attacks. With an 18, which normally hits.
Burn my reaction to Arcane Deflect.
So that is your one reaction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. The Sinister Spirit rushes out, and he is going to attack. Oops, I meant a D6. So that would be Ragu. But with a 9, he fails to do any damage. However, Ragu, you still feel the pain. It is the beginning of round 2. Pico, you see an animal spirit and a sinister spirit out and attacking Ragu. So what are you going to do?
All right. I am going to move here to attack. Wait, no. I'm going to move here to attack the sinister spirit.
Okay.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay.
Yep, you have advantage.
All right. Set that rolling.
And that hits.
All right. Plus D8.
So 5 and 3.
And then I will return back to my original spot.
All right, that it's at less than half health, but still alive, or still dead. All right, Devok, you can see that Sinister Spirit 1 is at less than half health, and the Animal Spirit is still robust. So what are you going to do?
I will shoot Sinister Spirit 1.
Okay. The second one hits. So you do 8 points of damage, and somehow it hasn't completely faded yet, as it stands there with 1 hit point. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. Oh yeah, it is the end of my turn.
All right. Ire, you can see that the Sinister Spirit is almost dead, literally 1 hit point, and the Animal Spirit is still robust. So what are you going to do?
Try and finish off the Sinister Spirit.
Which you do, so.
And attack the Animal Spirit.
Okay. That hits for a solid 12 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Galen, you see that there's 1 spirit left that you can see. What are you going to do?
Burn it with fire.
That hits for 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Not bad. Is that the end of your
All
turn?
right. Yeah, that's that.
All right, Ragu, the Sinister Spirit has less than 1/3 of its health. What are you going to do?
Char flies in and past him to give me the help action. Attack with advantage.
And you hit. And you finish it off. So I'm going to go ahead and take you out of combat. You have managed to finish off the spirits without too much trouble. Although Devok was definitely drained somewhat. So what do you do?
Well, let's take a look inside this office.
So as you enter, you notice that Ire, he immediately walks up to this in a very, pardon the pun, but a very robotic way, a very unnatural way. And he looks at this broken panel, and
It
then
was like that when I got here.
you hear one of the voices say, "It's destroyed. They're gone. No one's here. What are we gonna do?" Ire, what do you do, if anything? You're currently talking. You're looking out. You're looking at the table, and currently the second voice, the one that's typically more morose, has become more
Morose.
more so, and he is now looking down at this broken panel. And you also notice that you start slamming your fists into the metal table. The rest of you see this as well. So what do you do, Ire?
Do the rest of us hear the entity talking?
Yes,
Oh.
through Ire.
Can you tell us about the conflict that was brewing that eventually caused this destruction?
You see Ire look straight ahead, and then you see him kind of spin in place on his foot, almost falling in the process. And then he says, "Yes, we were tasked with making a delivery. There were 3 of us from 3 different facilities, and we weren't informed of what we were carrying. But we do know that, or at least the 2 of us, we were shot down, and perhaps the 3rd as well. I guess we'll know when we find him. But regardless, we were to report at one of these offices, and this is not where we were supposed to make the delivery, but it was close, and we were hoping that we can at least report the unauthorized weapon fire, because as you know, shooting down vehicles such as ours, for simply delivering items, was prohibited by the declarations of war. But we were shot down anyway, and so that must be reported. But we cannot do so here.
I'm going to conjure up a. Actually, hold on. Let me get my cantrips sorted out here. I'm going to conjure up a minor illusion of the Kylon, and it's like, do these look familiar? Did you have any conflict with these creatures?
Yes. So I should. My knowledge is limited. I simply fly the vehicles. But my understanding is, in addition to the three-sided war already proceeding, the Kylon entered the picture. That's what you called them, right? What do we call
Yes.
them? We call them, yes, we called them species 317. But Kylon is as good a name as any. Anyway, they had begun their attack, and so they're not only were we fending off the other the other factions, we were attempting to figure out how to, or at least some people were attempting to figure out how to take out the Kylon, and the our deliveries were meant to coincide with the event that the ultimate weapon was used. But unfortunately, the ultimate weapon would make the world temporarily uninhabitable, at least for our species. And so I'm confused for my creator's species. And so the factions fought extra hard against such an endeavor, thinking there must be another way. I do not know if the weapon was ever deployed.
Well, for what it's worth, the entire world is not ruined quite like this. While some of the areas we were at are barren, they are definitely more vibrant with life than this.
Well, that would suggest that the weapon against the Kylon was used. However, what the enemy doesn't know is my understanding is that weapon actually isn't here, or was never here, but I don't know where it is. And then Ire kind of spins on his foot and looks straight at Galen, and he says, "How are you alive? If the weapon was deployed, there's no. You should be dead."
Galen's AFK.
Oh,
Well, for what it's
Kirby.
worth, we've found evidence that some sort of beds, for lack of a better word, some sort of something was created, almost like a casket to keep them in, to presumably preserve them. Do we know, with the Shadowkind appeared in our world, did we actually find out how the ones that were there with no memory were recovered?
from what you understand, they actually came out of a portal. But what's interesting is they didn't come out of the Lumev portal. They came out of a portal from one of the other dead worlds.
Hmm.
Although Galen clearly has memories of Lumev.
Now, interestingly enough, when we started encountering your creators, they actually did not come out of a portal from this world. They came out of a portal from another dead world, one apparently ravaged by the Kylon. So it looks like some of your creators may have found ways to flee to other places that might have been more hospitable to life, although that wouldn't have lasted once the Kylon were involved.
I see. Well, that is all I know. Unfortunately, I am just a artificial intelligence designed to pilot um, the H3 H37 vertical landing and takeoff craft. And then noticing Galen seems to be paying attention again, he says once again that he's surprised that Galen is still alive if the weapon went off.
Yeah, I have no idea how that happened, but yeah, I'd like to figure out.
So Ire shakes his head and then kind of looks down and he says, "We should. I can't believe I agree with the other, but we should find that other crash site at some point and see what happened to it."
I agree. I think, though, that part of the incentive for going north first is if we can help get this particular creator memories jogged, that might help us as we explore this city. But yes, finding the third pilot is definitely a high priority.
And after saying that, Ire, you regain control. And you can immediately tell it's Ire in control because, ironically, his movements are less robotic.
Well, do we go ahead and search the area?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
All right.
search this
Well,
place.
the first thing you notice is another one of the city maps is over on this display. And then you notice that there are piles of tubes and metal debris. There is a pile of metal trash. There's another hole as if there is weapon fire, and of course, whatever means of going up or downstairs has been collapsed as well. And looking outside, you can see part of the large holes and collapsed exterior. You can see rubble from some sort of buildings that used to be in this area. And looking out this way, um, to the northwest, you can see more collapsed buildings that seem to one point sit right next to this one. It's one thing you're noticing is that a lot of these buildings seem to be built right on top of each other, oftentimes sharing walls. And in this case, there's a little bit of separation, but not much. So what do you do?
I get the impression we've got a lot to learn about construction.
I agree.
Oh wait, is that a cliff?
Yeah, so it's basically a giant crater, and then there's debris
Yeah, you
and
really don't wanna go
road
up.
at the bottom.
All right. Guess I'll have a quick peek over here.
Yep, you see more of the giant holes and more building debris beyond. And of course, the debris of various other buildings. As you are passing through over here, you notice, due to your passive perception, you notice something reflective in the rubble.
All right, I check it out.
You dig it out, and inside you see a metal disc about 1 foot wide and 1 inch deep. But instead of being silvery, it is a dark blue in color.
Dark blue disc. And you said it's what dimensions? A foot in diameter and
And an inch deep.
okay.
And let me mark that here. All right. So while Pico's looking around, are the rest of you doing, if anything?
Um,
I will go ahead and explore the area, and stay
See.
down kind of closer to Pico there. But he's over there. I'll go this way.
Go explore up here.
All right. So, Devok, like you're saying, you see a lot of debris from a collapsed building. However, let's see, Devok, you have a 12. Okay, yeah, so that's about all you see. Ragu, you see the collapsed structure as well, and you can see Pico is currently kind of digging something out of the rubble at the moment. And Ire, you notice another one of those small rooms with the drain. Um, and yeah, you see the drain is in a similar state as the previous one, and you see piles of metal debris.
Yeah, am I able to pry this off like the other one?
Yeah, you basically do the same thing you did previously. If anything, this one seems to be easier. However, inside you see a shaft, and you see it ends at debris, but you don't see anything shiny in there.
Okay.
And Galen, what are you doing?
I don't know actually. I think I'm just gonna explore with the Vok.
Okay, so let's
Alright.
see. Galen, you have 11. All right, you guys can actually make perception checks or investigation checks if you want to investigate. With your passive perception, you're not noticing anything that catches your eye.
All right. Do you want to help each other? Do you have a thing in
Yeah.
perception? All right.
Let's see. What's your perception?
Oh wait, I don't have a thingy. Never mind. My perception is only 1. I don't think I can help you.
You
Well,
can help with
mine is.
perception. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys can always help with perception.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll then.
Yes, probably better.
Yeah, it's really only the specialized
2.
skills where you have to have proficiency in order to help.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, with the 16, Devok, you notice you and Galen notice something blinking down this direction. It seems to be some sort of something red and lighting up the debris nearby, and it's just blinking right
I
over
guess
here.
we'll check it out.
Yeah, let's go look.
So you
I'll
start
look
trying
at it.
to
Oh,
crawl over
shit.
the debris,
I'm not even gonna get that close.
and it's kind of sliding and as you're going through. So I'm going to need you guys to make acrobatics checks or dex saves, your choice.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So Devok, you climb through without any problem, but you notice that Galen, his foot, he steps in between several pieces of debris, and your foot slams into the ground, and you take 2 points of damage, and currently you've basically fallen down into a bit of a hole and are currently stuck under debris. So what do you guys do?
Help me.
Okay. I'll try to get him out.
Okay, how are you gonna do that?
Then he's stuck under debris.
So yeah, basically there's a hole, and then he kind of stepped into it, and then that caused him to fall into it, and then there's some debris that kind of fell in on top of him. His head's sticking out, but his body's basically buried.
And I'll kind of like just try to dig him out.
Okay, so you start digging him out. Ire, you see what's happening. You can see that Galen seems to be covered in debris, and Devok is currently trying to dig him out. What are you doing?
Well, you guys are lucky that I'm good at mining. So I can help you out of this hole.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so Devok, go ahead and make a strength check. Ire, you can do a mining roll.
Okay.
And then basically
Yeah,
we're
that's
going to
great
combine them
for it.
together. Okay, so with a 39, you guys are able to lift up and push the heavy slabs, move the debris out of the way, and get Galen out of the hole. Galen, you're just bruised and scratched. You took the 2 points of damage, so it's fairly minimal, but definitely you definitely feel a bit hurt. And the three of you notice the blinking red light over here, and it seems to be there's debris, and there seems to be a gap in the debris, and you just see the light from within the gap, but from where you are, you don't know what's causing that light.
Hey, ship guys, ship brains. You know anything about this?
You say that, and one of them seems to be confused, and it's like, leftover weapon? But it's a question. Clearly, they don't know.
Sounds like it's worth investigating.
I agree.
Where is it specifically coming from?
So it's right here. No one has gotten really that close to it yet. So you're seeing the hole in the debris. You're seeing the light coming out, kind of reflecting off the stone, but you're not seeing what's causing the light.
All right, Devok, it's your time to shine. Go.
What? I'm going where?
Go find the light.
That sounds dangerous.
Mm,
I'll inch
Probably.
closer.
Okay, you inch closer. You hear a click. What do you do?
I back up.
no, 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 no,
Go
no,
ahead
no, no.
and make a dex
No.
save.
Like, is there a way I can yell at him before he moves to?
Yeah, I heard he moved, and then he
Oh,
heard the
no.
click, and then he backed up. So go ahead and make your
Wait, I'm
dex save.
confused. Okay.
Okay, so you go to back up, and you're stumbling back over the debris. You hear an explosion.
Yeah, and by the way, the second I heard the
Everybody,
click,
by the way,
I'm
everybody
running.
hears an explosion coming from the north. And
Ragu, come on, let's go.
The second I heard the click, I'm sprinting away from him.
I was
and
already out of.
but because all of the debris was in the way, it kind of explodes and it knocks Devok back. You see a gap where it was, and Devok, you took 6 points of damage.
Okay, that could have gone a lot worse.
Fortunately, it seems like it was mostly lame, meaning that the weapon wasn't very wasn't in very good shape. However, it was enough that if that debris wasn't shielding you, it could have been much worse.
Okay,
Yeah.
that wasn't an initiative situation.
No, it was an explosion, but not an initiative situation.
All right.
And as you go through, you can see right over here a big scorched area. You can see that debris has been recently ejected everywhere, and you can see that Devok's clothes are burned, and an area where some of his pants were ripped.
What did you do?
I may have triggered an explosive bomb. Question mark?
I thought that was Ragu's job.
Apparently not. Apparently it's mine now.
Well,
I think
maybe
so.
we should leave before we blow anything else up.
Me? Or we still don't know what exactly blew up. Would be
A bomb?
cool to figure out.
Probably a bomb,
Yes.
if I
but
had
like,
to guess.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
You see,
I mean, you go back in there if you want.
you see bits of charred metal at the blast center, and you see bits of metal debris, but you don't see much left.
Okay. And yeah, you're probably right. I don't want to trigger another one of those.
Taking
Okay.
a closer look, sorry, taking a closer look in my expert opinion, does it look like the damage from a fire cylinder or one of the larger missiles?
Go ahead and make your artificer check. It's definitely not a fire cylinder, although it's something somewhat related. It appears that it was much more powerful than that, but most of the blast was absorbed by being mostly covered with debris.
Okay.
So that basically the mass and size of the debris basically kept the explosion from being nearly as bad as it could have been.
Well, I found a blue disc. Other than a new and exciting way to get blown up, anybody else find anything?
Oh yeah, just a PSA. If you see a flashing red light, don't go near it.
Duly noted.
So
I blame Ire for telling me to get closer.
You wanted to, I was just satisfying your wants and desires.
Okay.
fair enough. All right. So one thing you notice is large buildings on this side, large buildings on this to the southeast that are kind of blocking your path. You notice the giant craters and collapsed road to the north, and you came from the southeast. So, which way do you want to go to try to find an area that you can move more freely through?
Uh, I guess. Let's see. Looks pretty well cut off, I guess, towards the east.
Okay, so you're gonna go basically crawl down into the crater and or the collapsed road and just kind of try to find your way through that way.
I
Can we
guess.
look for a different place to get by? I mean, if we come over here, it looks like we can get over this pile of rubble and not have to crawl down into a bottomless pit.
Okay, so you're gonna go down this way and into this rubble, and then try to go down over this way.
I'm
We're
not
trying to
really good at
crawl over the
crossing rubble,
here.
guys.
Well, it's better than trying to cross a huge pit. I think that'll
Alright, here
collapse
I
in on
go.
us.
Okay, so yeah, everybody, you basically wind up the road is kind of collapsed, and you kind of have to carefully climb down or around. But going around, there's a lot of tall buildings, so going down does seem to be the easier path. And as you do so, you see metal parts sticking out, like metal tubes that seem to be twisted and sharp. The stone oftentimes gives way underfoot. So I'm gonna have to have everybody make a uh, climbing or athletics check. And your DC is 15.
Yeah. Actually, I'll use guidance on myself. I'll give myself some expert advice, just barely enough.
Wow. One.
Yeah!
All right.
Yeah!
So, Galen, you're climbing, and a piece of stone gives way underfoot, and you try to move forward before it collapses under you again because you've been through this before. You didn't want to be through it. You don't want to go through it again. So you propel yourself forward, but the slope is steeper than you expect, and you wind up moving too fast. And there's a piece of metal, rusted-looking metal, sticking out of the ground, and it winds up cutting into your side as you fall to the ground.
Cool.
So you take 6 points of damage, and go ahead and make a Constitution save.
All right, 1 second.
Okay. So you take you take 6 points of damage, and you pull yourself up, and as you do so, you happen to notice underneath the rubble is what appears to be an automata. It looks like its head is partially smashed in, and its body is covered with heavy-looking rubble. So, what do you do? Do you try to do anything with it, or do you just leave it and continue?
I'm gonna call out to everybody else. I'll be like, "Hey, I found something in the rocks." But let me see.
Okay, so everybody hears Galen talking about it, and as you approach, you see what looks like an automata that seems to be buried under heavy rubble, and half of its head looks like it's been smashed in by a large stone slab that's currently sitting on it. So, what do you do?
Ire, maybe
Well, I
you
don't
can
think there's
remind
any
him out.
saving this
Yeah,
one.
I don't know if there's anything I can do.
Well, we can,
We can go ahead and unbury it.
There might be.
Say that
might
louder,
have
Ragu.
something.
I
He
said
wants to exhume the ruins or the corpse.
Yeah, we can just move the debris off it at least.
Okay, it is rather large and heavy, so how are you going to do that? It's even heavy for you, Ragu. This looks like
Yeah.
probably hundreds of pounds, or sorry, many hundreds of
Is there a
pounds,
way to-
if not tons.
Is there a way to lever it, tip it up on its side or something? From some specific direction.
Okay,
Then,
you could
just
potentially do
Try
that.
and lever it up to a corner, and then the other two people can pull it out.
Okay, so you attempt to lever it. Ragu and one or two other people who are helping him do that, you can go ahead and make strength checks and add them together.
I'll help.
Does the crowbar help or no?
It's a bit big for the crowbar, so I'll give you a +5 from the crowbar.
Okay.
And Regu, I know you're strong and everything, but allow me to offer my expert guidance.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's Ragu. Go ahead and
definitely
roll
need
your D4. So that's 9. See, that's an 18 total, Ragu. So 17 from Ire. And was there anybody else helping?
Sure, I can help too. I'll roll.
And the reason I'm not adding that to everybody else is unfortunately guidance is concentration, so I can only put it on one person at a time.
And then Devok comes through, and the Ire and Ragu, you're struggling, and Devok just kind of walks up, just heaves it, and it's like it's almost like it was all Devok. It wasn't, but it felt like it. All right, so you have you've removed the largest piece of debris from the body, and so you make short work of the remainder. It takes you a good half an hour or so, but you do manage to unearth the body, and you can see that its chest is definitely flatter than it should be. Its legs are smashed. Its feet are kind of bent the wrong direction, and half its head is smashed. But it looks awfully similar to Ire. Otherwise,
Does it have any items on it?
That's what I was about to
does
ask.
it have items? It does not.
Is it different from Ire in any way? Does it have like different arms or legs or equipment or something?
It doesn't have Ire's markings on there because Ire has O's
Yes.
marked in his body. It doesn't have that. Um, it doesn't appear to have any clothes, and its color is more faded. Although some of that could just be being here all this time. But otherwise, it looks like it was from the same assembly line.
Okay.
It weighs about as much as Ire. So what do you do with it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this one's long since dead, and we don't have room on the wagon.
He also probably doesn't have very much information, so I don't think it's worth casting Speak with Dead on him. So, rest in peace, guy.
All right.
Ragu, do you want to like
Ire, you
dissect
can
him
roll
or
a d8,
something?
and you succeed if you get a 7 or an 8.
It's not a
Instead,
sin.
you get an unrelated memory. You have a memory, and you seem to be in some sort of large facility, and you seem to be waking up, but it's not from the same place you woke up last time. This is from long before then. Um, and you hear yourself saying, or looking at you see yourself looking at your body, and hear yourself thinking that I'm alive. I can't believe the process worked, and the memory ends.
Mhm.
All right, you guys are going to continue back to the map.
I think so.
All right. Let me recenter you as usual, and it's actually working now. What a shock. All right, go ahead and move 1 hex. You can see the collapsed street currently on the map. Galen, you get the feeling that your apartment is this direction. And
Okay.
let me go ahead and move the critters. All right.
Oh joy.
All right. All the critters have moved. You notice that the dark spirits seem to have come back your direction. Although, again, you don't think it's because of you in particular, but just so happens to be the way they're wandering. All right. You can move another hex. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. All right. So everything has moved. One thing you notice is that the sinister spirits are now directly north of you. And according to Galen's memory, the location is right there. So what do you do?
Well, we can either move either the northeast or northwest and hope the thing kind of moves out of the way, or we could move straight up and towards it and hope it happens to move out of the way.
Oh, that's kind of risky. How many things are in each group?
Um,
It's It varies. You're not entirely sure. You just see a group. It's probably at least four, but it could be as high as 12.
Okay.
I think we might be able to do that if you just wanted to. leave
Let's
it
yeah,
and
let's
move
risk
out
it
of
for the
way.
biscuit. We can always run away. They're just like sinister spirits, right? They're not the fast ones, aren't the other ones the
They're not
fast
the dark
ones?
spirits.
Yeah, the
And
dark
they're not the
spirits are the
animal
ones
ones.
that zip, yeah. Let's take it, let's risk it.
All right, going north then.
Okay. So let me see. So you guys have been an hour, and then you guys have moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So it's been roughly 2 hours so far. All right. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, looks like we are good to go.
He can't move that way, so he'll move that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. Alrighty, so Galen, you get the impression that your apartments are straight ahead to the north. So if you guys move one more hex, you'll be there. All right.
Oh, by the way, the whole fog of war where we can see the areas we've been previously isn't working. You just see the immediate surroundings.
I know that's because I had to switch back to the old school legacy lighting because the new lighting wasn't
Okay.
working. That's something I'll have to deal with for next session.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, so you move forward. Let me go ahead and move everybody real quick, and then we'll get going. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can't go that way, so he'll go that way. Okay, so let me move you to the map. All right, so you find yourselves in another set of streets. You can see buildings all around. The buildings on the right side seem to be mostly ruins. The buildings on the left appear to still be at least partially whole. You can see that the way to the west seems to be blocked off. And then going all the way north, the path seems to be a T-junction. So what do you do?
Okay. Which one's my
Okay.
house?
Does Galen get to make any rolls?
Yes, Galen, you believe that your house is at the end of this street to the north, on the left side.
Okay, my house is like down here, guys. Down to the left.
So it'd be north and then to the left.
Yeah.
So way down here.
hmm Like way down here?
Yeah. So at the end of the street.
Okay, cool. Alright, be careful though, there's probably enemies.
Horrible stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Ire,
am
what are you
going
doing?
to need you to make a stealth check. Just you.
Uh-oh.
Why are you so far ahead of us?
Uh-oh.
All right. So you hear Ire clanking on ahead, and suddenly you hear a scream, and you recognize this scream. It is the scream of a dark spirit.
I don't want to be here.
Bro,
Go ahead and roll initiative.
do this.
Listen, we had to go this way anyway.
Yeah, I know. We got a snacked.
All right.
I'm not on the
Reroll.
turn order for some reason.
You are correct. Go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
I can put it 9 if you roll worse.
Oh,
You did not roll worse, so you're good. All right. So okay, so it's beginning of round 1, and Davak, you can tell the screaming is coming from the other side of this wall, and you also hear screaming from the north somewhere, but you only hear 2 sources, as far as you can tell. So what do you do?
Spend my entire turn moving.
Okay, catching up to Ire, who is running off by himself. Yes. All right. By the way, you can do a dash. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Galen, same for you. You can hear the screaming from the other side of this wall and from the north.
From which wall? This one?
Yeah.
Um.
There's an opening up here.
Okay. I
The
guess
opening
I'll.
that Ire just recently passed.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I see somebody in my line of sight, I'm gonna shoot them with fire.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Pico, same for you. The scream is on the other side of this wall and to the north. 2 sources.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you're pretty sure they're both dark spirits.
Okay. Well, I'll move up a bit. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll hold an action. If the first dark spirit I see, I'm going to go ahead and launch a vegetable flame at it.
Okay. Same for you, Ragu.
I'm gonna run up here, and I'm gonna ready my action for blasting anything that comes past the door. Any bad guys?
Okay.
Blasting with what?
I've got necrotic blast.
Are you sure you want to use necrotic
Or
blast?
were they completely? Wait a second. Were they completely immune to necrotic blast?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So you can
In
do
that
an
case,
action
I've got
or a
to-
move as a held action.
well, that was my move. I don't want to dash and not be able to attack. But just throw a dart at it. It's at least
Okay.
half damage.
Fair enough. In that case, the spirit has shown up. So that would mean that everybody who's held an action can do so. So we'll go ahead and start backwards. Go ahead and Ragu. Okay, that hits. So 2 points of damage. Okay, Pico, that hits. For 6 points of damage. And Davak, did you go already? Yes, you had the 23, and you held your action, so go ahead and take your action. Davak, or Galen, you can do yours if Davak is away.
Yeah. Shoot a fireball.
Too.
Oh, firebolt.
Okay, that hits. For 4. And Davak. That hits. For 4.
Can I do 2 because it's Eldritch Blast, or is it only 1?
I believe it's a. Oh wait,
Should be 2 because Eldritch
actually,
Blast is both
what's
of
the
them.
wording on Eldritch Blast?
Hold
Because you
on.
get 1 attack action, but
Um,
that may have the second one.
Yeah, you do get your second attack roll. The spell is a single action to cast a spell,
Okay.
but it has 2
Yep. In that
attack
case,
rolls
that's
for
fair.
2 separate games.
So the second one
is
misses, but it's good to know. Okay. So now he gets to do. That's just him moving to there. He still has movement left. So he is going to continue and attack Ire. Oops, sorry, wrong one. He's not doing that one. is doing that one. He should have done the other one because with that 10 he misses. All right, Ire, the dark spirit has just tried to drain your life. What are you gonna do?
I'll move onto this side of him and attack him.
Okay, that hits. Both of them do. So 21 damage, really good damage, but he's still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. You notice to the north that an animal spirit has appeared. And when I'm going to resort as that goes, but the dark spirit raised its hands into the air, and the animal spirit just appeared right next to Ire. Beginning of round 2, Devok, what are you going to do?
I'll shoot it again. The dark spirit.
Okay. Okay, you hit both times.
7.
For 7. Decent
And then
damage.
I
Okay. All right, Galen, you see that the Dark Spirit, Dark Spirit 1 has less than half health. Dark Spirit 2 has come into sight to the north. And the Dark Spirit 2 summoned an animal spirit that will be attacking Ire. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Do you guys think we should focus fire on the dark spirits?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna... One second, let me look at something. Well, that's not really worth it. Alright, I'll just throw a fireball. I was thinking about Scorching Ray for both of them, but I don't think it's worth it since they're resistant to fire.
Okay.
I'll shoot Dark Spirit 1.
With a fireball or a firebolt?
Firebolt.
Okay, that hits. For 7 points.
Not terrible. Alright, I'll just stay back here then.
Fair enough. All right, Pico. Dark Spirit 1 is nearing death. Dark Spirit 2 approaches. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm running up here. I'm going to cast Booming Blade.
That succeeds. So 5 points and 2 points. It is still alive, but has about 1/6 of its health.
And I'm going to back up a little bit to give, actually no, I'll back up here, give room Ragu to get in on the other side of that enemy.
All right. All right, Ragu, you can see the Dark Spirit 1 is almost dead, almost vanquished. What are you going to do?
I run on in there and swing away.
Go for it. That hits. And you finish it off.
All right. And then I go ahead and run. That's my other 2. Yep, that's all I got. Char's gonna fly this way and give the next person advantage on this animal attacking Ire.
Okay. Fair enough. The animal spirit will then try to drain Ire. With a 16, it does not succeed, though it does still hurts. Ire, the animal spirit tried to drain your life. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna. I want to take the hit and go for the dark spirit. Yeah, why not?
Okay, you're going to take the opportunity attack?
Yep.
All right. Let's hope it's not a crit. All right, 14. Yeah, that's fine. You passed through without getting hit. And you missed the first time, but hit the second. It's for 9 points of damage. All right, that the end of your turn.
Yes.
All right, the dark spirit raises its hands into the air, and an animal spirit forms right behind you. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll initiative. Oops, did that work? Come on. No, it did not. There we go.
Tyson Blue Duck.
And so round 3, let me resort. And Devok, you can see that there are now 2 animal spirits, and the dark spirit is being attacked by Ire. What are you going to do?
Move forward and then shoot the dark spirit again.
Yep, good idea.
Okay, the first one hits for 5 points.
That's okay.
All right. Galen, you can see that the dark spirit has summoned another animal spirit, and he has done so in order to flank Ire. What are you going to do?
Of course. I'm gonna move up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and start shooting him with some fire.
Okay. That hits. For 2
Oh.
points.
Yeah, not great. Oh well.
That's the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Pico, what are you going to do?
All right, in a burst of feline agility, I'm going to run up here. 9, 10, 11. I am going to attack this thing with Booming Blade.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Yep, that hits. And 7 and 1. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think so. Unless Ragu, are you going to run up to this thing?
Yep, I'll smush it.
Although I don't know if you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I can't.
How much?
Here,
What?
watch. Oh, hold on a second.
Well, I meant, do you have enough movement to take my place?
That's the best I can do.
All right. Well, I'll stay right here then.
Okay. All right. Animal Spirit 1. It is going to attack Ragu. So it tries to drain his life with a 23, which is successful. Ragu, you take 12 necrotic damage and have to make a DC 10 Constitution save. You make the save, and you take the 12. All right, Ragu, this animal spirit has just drained some of your life. And this dark spirit above is flanked, so what are you going to do?
I'm gonna run up just like I said I would.
Okay,
I know I'm gonna get an opportunity attack there.
yep, let me just go ahead and do it. With the 5, yep, you're fine. Oh, you get the second one because of the animals. Oh, no, you went around it. That's
No,
fine.
he had looped
Yeah,
around.
that's fine. All right, what else are you going to do?
I'm swinging. I've got advantage because he's flanked, and I swing hard.
That hits. For 16. Nice hit.
And my follow-up.
That hits again. For another 7. Did you find out how useful magic weapons are against these things? Is that the end of your turn?
Oh yeah. Yes it is.
All right, Ire, you are flanked, but the dark spirit to the north is being hurt pretty bad. So what are you going to do?
I'll try to finish off the dark spirit.
Okay.
That won't do it.
The 21 hits. So another 11 points. Not enough to finish it off, but definitely hurts it. Is that the end of your turn?
No. I'm going to. Oh wait, actually, do I have flank on him?
You
Yeah.
Yeah. You got. Yeah. You,
do. Oh yeah, you
Okay.
can roll advantage on
Yeah.
those. Good catch. 12 is still
All right.
12. Go ahead and roll for your 21 just in case it's a crit. Okay.
It is a crit.
It's not the kind of crit I was thinking of, but sure.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of your turn.
No, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna take the opportunity attack from this. Actually, yeah, from the animal spirit and move over here.
Okay,
So
you
I'm
take
not
it from the
flanked.
animal spirit. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have recommended taking it from the other one just in case. All right, so you're good. All right,
Cool.
so that's your end of your turn.
Yes.
All right, Animal Spirit 2. It has decisions to make. Let's figure out which way it goes. All right, it's going the Ire direction. It flanks Ire, attacks.
Oh.
There's
there's
either
no
you or
point in
Raghu,
taking that
so
opportunity. Attack.
an 18. That's still not good enough, though. All right, Dark Spirit 2 looks around menacingly and decides to drain. Who decide to drain? 1, 2, 3, 4. Decides to drain Pico. Hoping to take him out. Dang it, I keep clicking the wrong one. All right, with the 21, I believe that's successful.
Let me see something here real quick.
Yep, go ahead, check.
Damn it! Come on, cursor. Hold on, I'm going to have to manually switch over.
Just to make sure. Yeah, so that's definitely a hit. Unless your AC's out of date.
Damn it! Come on. Let's see.
Speaking of, mine keeps going back to 15. I don't know if you keep setting it or if it's some automatic thing.
It's probably automatically calculating it. So if we're missing a bonus somewhere, we'll have to put it in the slot for the bonus, which is on the last page.
Okay.
But yeah, whenever the numbers change and it has to recalculate, it recalculates everything that it does that for. And so if the calculation doesn't add up the way you expect, then that's what will happen.
All right. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. Shield would just go to bring it to 21.
Okay, so you take 23 necrotic damage and have to make a DC 14 Constitution save.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see. 23.
Yep. And you can use fate points if you want to re-roll your save, if it comes to that. Because if you fail, it'll knock your maximum down by 23.
Let's see. That was a con save.
Yep. Okay, so it did fail. So are you going to use a fate point, or are you going to take it?
I'm gonna take it.
Okay, so your maximum hit points is down by 23. All right, beginning of round 4. Devok, you notice that Pico is now rather skinny and frail looking. What are you going to do?
Or more skinnier and more frail looking than usual.
Fair
I probably
enough.
actually look more authentically dead now.
Yep, fair enough. More authentically dead. So what are you going to do? Devok.
Are you muted?
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I move up. And I shoot the Dark Spirit again.
Okay. That hits. Both of them do.
For
So
8
that's
damage.
8 points, which is almost enough to kill it. And you believe it has 1 hit point left. That's the end of your turn. All right, Galen. The Dark Spirit has drained a lot of Pico's life, but it has 1 hit point left. So what are you going to do?
Blasting it. Bang.
If that's at least okay. If that was at least a 2, then you're good. All right, so there are still 2 animal spirits. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Pico, the The dark spirit has been vanquished, but the two animal spirits are at full health. So what are you gonna do?
I guess I will step forward to attack this one. Booming blade.
Okay,
Booming. There we go. Okay.
that hits. Okay, 4 points. And 1.
All right, and I am retreating.
Fair enough. Wise decision. All right, Animal Spirit 1 is going to go for the closest target, which is Devok. And with the critical
Really?
hit, it hits. So you only take 16 points, so
I
pretty
was-
low critical.
-3.
Okay, so you're just at 0, so you're down. And you have to make a DC 10 Constitution save.
Okay.
Which you succeed admirably. So yeah, you're down. So assuming nothing else changes, you'll start making death saves on your next turn.
Okay.
All right, Ragu, Devok is down, and the two animal spirits are still robust, but the dark spirits are vanquished. So what are you going to do?
All right.
I can't hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yep.
Okay. Chart's gonna fly overhead, giving advantage to Animal Spirit 1.
Okay.
You mean against it?
I have 6, yep. Against Animal Spirit 1. Boom here.
Well, you're. Oh yeah, because Devok's down. That's right. Yep, you're good. You have advantage. You hit. Solid 11 points.
And I'll go ahead and dagger him.
Hits again. For another 7. So he's less than half health. Is that the end of your turn?
Unfortunately that is.
All right.
But I hope I have his attention so he doesn't maul into Devok.
Iron. So the animal spirit next to you is robust and attacking. The dark spirit is dead. Devok is on the ground. What are you going to do?
I'll just attack this spirit.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have no spell slots for heals.
Okay, you hit both times. So that looks like 24, which is most of the creature's health. It has about 1/10 of its original health left. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Animal Spirit 2 is going to attempt to attack you back with nothing better to do. But with a 16, fails to cause anything but pain. The beginning of round 5. Devok, go ahead and make your first death save.
Okay. Now, this is my first time having to do this, so I don't know where the button... Oh, it's right here.
You found it, and you succeeded.
Okay.
So you have 2 more death saves. If you fail on all, if you get 3 failures before you get 3 successes, then you die. Otherwise, you come back. All right, Galen. So Devok is still down. The animal spirit nearest you is at half health. The animal spirit nearest Ire is at 1/10 health. What are you going to do?
Well, I can't use my healing kit on you. I guess I could stabilize you or cast Cure Wounds.
You
The sooner we kill the enemies, the sooner we can
Yeah,
deal with them.
I kind of want to.
Kill them, it's fine.
Kill them. I'm gonna help you out, Ragu. I'm gonna shocking grasp him and stand next to him.
okay? You have advantage.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't turn around and immediately attack
Go ahead and roll
me.
again in case you crit. but that
Oh.
that is a hit.
That's right. I forgot.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
I will
So
try to
that
keep
looks
him
like
distracted.
6.
Mhm.
So that definitely hurt, but wasn't enough to take him out. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here for Ragu to have.
All right. Animal Spirit 1 is almost dead. Animal Spirit 3 is really almost dead. What are you going to do, Pico?
Well, I am going to take advantage of the advantage and run down and booming blade this thing.
All right. That hits. So 5. And can you do at least 3? Nope.
All right.
So he has 2
and
hit
I'm-
points left. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna go ahead and back off a bit.
Okay. All right. Animal Spirit 1 is
Hi, Pippin.
going to
Sorry.
turn around and attack Galen.
Yes. Can I be distracting and yelling and screaming at it?
Apparently you were, because he missed. All right, Ragu. Animal Spirit 1 tried to drain Galen. What are you going to do? You have advantage.
Yes, I do have advantage. I'm gonna go ahead and attack the one in front of me first.
Okay.
Here.
You already know he has 2 hit points, and you hit, so he is dead.
And I am going to throw my +1 dagger to hit the other one. Or actually, 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5,
If you're in
6.
range, go
I
for it.
can move to
Oh,
there.
okay. Well, in that case,
And then
you're
I'm
fine.
definitely within range.
Okay.
Okay. And that'll be normal. Oh, wait a second. Now, Char could have flown up and gave me advantage on the throw.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and make your attack. That is a hit. Can you do at least 3 points of damage? You can. So you finish him off, and we are going to exit combat. I'm assuming, Galen, that you stabilize. That you stabilize Devok. So Devok, you are at 1 hit point.
Okay. Should I cast some Cure Wounds on him, or should we just rest? Well, I mean, my
Um,
apartment's right here. Maybe we could just camp out. You could use my
There-
bed if I still have it. If I
Sure.
have a bed.
We have your med kits? Or
I
is-
do.
you've
I've already used my med kit on him. Not on you though. I can use a med
Ah.
kit on you.
Well, not a whole lot of use for that. I can only take 4 points from you from that. I can handle that myself.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try and get to the apartment if we can.
Yeah, I think it's through here.
Actually, Ire, hold on. Let me look.
Yeah, Ire, what are you're doing it again, man.
I went 2 tiles. Jared.
Okay, so far so
Bad
good. And I'm gonna try and be sneaky about all this.
So this is the last place on the street. So you believe it's this one right here.
All right. All right. Man, what a dump. All right. I'm gonna wave everybody up.
Okay. So yeah, everybody just go ahead and make your way in there, so you can see. And here, Galen, I'll just move you here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so you make it inside the apartment, and Galen, your head actually throbs as the memory trickles in, and you do remember that this wasn't the last place you lived, but it was a apartment that you had, but you for some reason never got rid of it. You notice that parts of it are in surprisingly good condition. You have a bed that has survived, and there's one in the back as well. And you see a medical table,
TV.
and you can tell that even before you lost your memories, you apparently were interested in medicine and in helping people.
That's
You
good.
see some lockers. You see what looks like one of those glowing rectangles, which actually flickers. It seems to have some sort of power to it. Um, and you kind of sit down as the memories flood in, and we will find out what those memories are next session. So that's
Oh,
the end of the
Okay.
session.
Nice.
So let me go ahead and deal with your experience real quick. So
So
let's
how you
see.
sitting, Pico? Was it really as bad?
1, 2, 3.
What?
Um, with your hit points while
Roger.
Jeremy's figuring that out.
Goals or treasure.
Oh, my max is 8. That's plenty.
Oh no, it's not. Crap.
So that would be 450, 850. All right. So Oreo didn't fail at all. Pico, I'm pretty sure you failed at least twice.
Yep. So did Devok.
And Galen, I think you failed once. Did you fail more than that?
I
I have
don't
a
even know
failed
if I
stealth
failed.
roll for both Galen and Ire.
Yeah, I failed once, I think. Nothing more.
Okay. Uh, Let me fix that. Alrighty, and then 100 for definitely 100 for Ragu.
Yep.
And let me show everybody. So, all right. So for session 24, you get 850 experience points, 400
I'm
from.
almost sorry. I'm almost certain I failed twice. But
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
go on.
Fair enough. Let me update that. All right. Anyway, so 850 experience points, 400 from encounters, 150 from treasure, 300 from exploration, and everybody failed twice except for Galen, who failed once. All right, so